Good evening, guys. Should I have to wait? Am I early? This is me. This is my Telegram ID. Note down my Telegram ID. What is the subject I am going to handle? CSAT. Okay, so anything related to CSAT, you can text me at any time. I will respond. And join to this Telegram channel, CSAT Insights. Okay, logo ಇದೆ. There is a logo, blue color logo, a circular one, naming CSAT. So anything related to CSAT questions, okay, solutions, homeworks, you can discuss there. And also you watch how different solutions will be given by different aspirants. And do not post any other things which is not related to CSAT, okay guys, because you will be immediately removed, banned. Okay, so I will be handling you guys the CSAT, right? Okay, what do you mean by CSAT? Very good, madam. You are ready. How many of you don't follow Kannada here? Don't worry. Okay, don't make you uncomfortable. Little bit here and there. Okay, 1 or 2 words I'll use. Kannada. Where are you from, man? Andhra Pradesh. And one more? Andhra Pradesh only. See, here majority of them they can follow Telugu. You know, how many of you know Telugu? See? Many. Okay. Added advantage if you know the languages. Okay. What do you mean by CSAT? Civil Services Aptitude Test. Okay, madam. This is the full form of civil CSAT. Who told you this one? The expansion of CSAT. What's your source of information? What's your basic source? Yell nodidira. Google. What? Syllabus. Have you seen the syllabus copy? Syllabus. How many of you have syllabus copy? How many of you have, or else how many of you have thoroughly seen the syllabus? Nodiditama. Syllabus nodidini. Yavuro? From Tirupati also. Okay. You didn't raise your hand. You can follow Kannada. Okay, then. You studied here? Little bit Kannada. Okay, man. Good. What is that happening in Tirupati there? Laddu. What is this Laddu controversy, man? Okay, what is your source, guys? If you ask Chandrababu Naidu now, you made an allegation, what is your source? He has to give the source, right? Now, what is your source? Source has to be genuine, isn't it? To prove anything. What is your source? He told syllabus. Have you seen the syllabus? Idiano syllabus ali? Has the UPSC mentioned that CSAT, that is means Civil Service Aptitude Test? Nowhere in any of the UPSC websites corner you can find this word CSAT, neither this expansion. Okay, when you are going to write the prelims, okay, next May 25th or 26th? 25th, okay. May 25th, 2025, okay, 25, 25, 2020, 25, 25 artirla. You will be having 2 innings, isn't it? Morning innings 9:30 to 11:30, isn't it? Is that timing so? 9:30 or 10:30? 9:30? Okay. This is will be given on paper what? Paper 1. Okay. Nowhere it's called as general studies. It's called what? Paper 1. And in generic way we call it as what? General studies. And you know what are the modules you come across in the general studies, right? Some of the modules already have been completed. What are those? What? And agriculture, okay, then polity, then economy, then geography, then yeah, go ahead, environment, so on, isn't it? Okay. Now, when you are attending the afternoon session, what are the timings? 2:30 to 4:30. You will be given the paper number 2, which we generically call it as what? CSAT. Okay. When it was introduced in 2011, one of the author, he wrote a book and named it as what? CSAT. From there, okay, the market took the term CSAT from everywhere. Okay, Vajiramal start aitadu, ella kade hangene, okay, it transferred. Now, paper 1 this is called, and this is called what? Paper 2. Okay. Now, see, what is the approximate cutoff of the previous year GS? Approximately. UPSC hasn't revealed. It will take 1 year to it reveal UPSC. Huh? Estiide. Okay, 2023 there, Rabba. 2023, come on. What's the World Cup? Big Boss era ಗೆದ್ದಿದ್ದು? In Telugu also there is Big Boss, right? Isn't it? Who's the host man there? Nagarjuna does that. Huh? ಯಾರು ರಪ್ಪ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ? చెప్పండి. Nagarjuna. Okay. You know that, right? Okay, who won that? You don't know. Why? You don't follow Big Boss? Big Boss ನೋಡಲ್ವನ್ರ ನೀವು? Okay, ಜಗಳ ಆಡೋದು ನೋಡಿ ಮಜಾ ಇರಲ್ವನ್ರು? Isn't it or not? Come on. ಮತ್ತೆ ನೋಡುದಾ? Okay, now, what is the cutoff now? What was the cutoff 2023? 2023's GS cutoff was 76, I guess. Okay, 75 point something, 76. Okay, this was the cutoff. Now, in that year, the cutoff came down to 76 out of what? 200 marks. This is very less in the whole history of UPSC exam. The GS papers cutoff that was close to 76, and one of the category, ST category, it was 48, I guess, approximately 48 something. 48 out of same 200. Okay, why this much less? Why? Paper was difficult. Well, ಮನೆಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಗಳಕ್ಕೆ ಸರಿ ಪೇಪರ್ ಡಿಫಿಕಲ್ಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಫೇಲ್ ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ನಮಗೂ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅಂತೆಲ್ಲ. ಯಾ, why? Because of many of the students, out of the 200, the minimum marks which was supposed to score in paper 2, they didn't clear it here. Even the 2022 toppers also. Okay, they have here 100, but they couldn't clear this paper. This couldn't be cleared by them. Okay, now to clear this, what is the minimum marks you have to get here? You know that, right? Okay, 1/3 of 200. Okay, 1/3 of 200, 66.66. Okay, you guys are familiar about this one, right? Okay, this is a qualifying paper. You should get 66.6, okay, and above. Now, here in GS1, how many question paper that is? How many questions in the paper? 100 questions, very good. How many marks? 200 marks. So, every question carries how much? This is called unitary. Okay, anything when you compare it with one variable, okay, one question, 2 marks. Okay, unitary. 100 questions, 200 marks. Okay, 1000 questions, 2000 marks. Okay, 10,000 questions, 20,000 marks. That's it. Okay, if you know the unitary value, you can know anything well. Now, similarly, in this paper 2, how many questions are there? 80 questions. Good. 80 questions. This is cumulatively how many marks? 200 marks. Okay. Now, here each question, every one unitary again, one question carries how many marks? Okay. Don't write anything. Look here, madam. Don't write anything. 0, 0 cancels here. Okay. Here, 8 to 20. In which tables we can cancel these two? 2 nailed. Come on. 2. Very good. 4 times. This is 10 times. Again, this is 2 times. This is 5 times. Isn't it? Okay. Can I divide this 5 into 2 equal parts? Yes. Equally, that becomes what? 2.5. Okay. 2.5 marks for each and every question. One question, let's say you have done correctly. How many marks you got? 2.5. 2 questions, 3 questions, 4 questions. So everything in terms of multiple of 2.5, right? Okay, understood? If I multiply any value here, whatever the answer I am getting here, that's called multiple product antivala. Okay, 2.5. So if I keep on multiplying 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, will I get exactly 66.6? Is it possible to get 66.6? No, you will get either 65 or 62.5. No, 67.5. Isn't it or not? So in no combination you can get 66.6. So you have to get what here? 67.5. Okay, to get this many marks, 67.5. Okay, one question carries 2.5 and I should get 67.5. How many questions has to be correct? Do something, come on. Paper mel pen idಬೇಕು ಮ್ಯಾಥ್ಸ್ ಬರಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ yeah, how many? 20? 27 is it? Is she right? ಹೌದಾ? ಹೇಗೆ ಮಾಡೋದು? You can divide this by 2.5, right? Yes, madam. 2.5. See, 67.5 divided by 2.5. Whenever we see the decimals, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ allergy ತಾನೆ ನಮಗೆ. Isn't it or not? Can I do this one? Multiply and divide by 2 like this. Means I'll double this one. I can double this also. What is double of 2.5? 5. What is double of 67.5? Double of 60 ಹೇಳ್ರಿ. 20. Double of 7.5. Add madi. 135. Can I divide easily now? Yes, sir. Okay. 20 times 100 gone. 35 is 7 times. So how many questions? 27 questions have to be effectively correct. What do you mean by effectively correct? Yenrappa idu ide meanu. First half of the question paper was very easy. Okay. Alla gundakidira. Second, okay. So effectively this happens. Yeah. Effectively means what? Net. Effectively. Excluding, yeah, negative marks. Negative marks GST ತರ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಅದು ಸಂಬಳ ಎಷ್ಟು ತಗೋತೀರಿ ಅಂತ ಅಲ್ಲ. Okay, effectively means after deducting the negatives. What is the negative here? What is the negative here? How much is the negative? ಏನೇನೋ 1/3 fraction ಎಲ್ಲ 1/3. What do you mean by 1/3? What do you mean by 1/3? For ಮೂರನೇ ಒಂದು ಭಾಗ ಸರಿ ಮೇಡಮ್. ಓಕೆ, ಏನದರ ಅರ್ಥ? 1/3 negative marks. What does it mean? For every 3 wrong answers, 1 marks for the right answer will be eliminated. Okay, from your sum of the score. So if I target only for 67.5 and if I do only 27 questions, is it possible to get 67.5? Is it possible? ನಾನು ಕೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. Possibility ಹೇಳ್ರಪ್ಪ. Yes sir, but what is that possibility? Probability if I take 1:200, 300, 500, isn't it? ಯಾರು 500 ರೋಲೋ 1000 ರೋಲೋ ಒಬ್ಬ ಆಗ್ಬೋದು. Okay, if you do exactly 27 questions. Okay, so you cannot aim for 27 questions here. Syllabus ನೋಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ? Have you seen the syllabus? Yes or no, man? Yes? Okay. So these 80 questions will be asked from 3 sections. Okay, what are those 3 sections broadly? Maths, Inkarila, whatever the names are. Maths can I call? Okay, now, next, reasoning and English part. Okay, these are the 3 broad sections. And this maths, okay, particularly we call it as mental ability. Okay, you can call this both as mental ability, both maths as well as reasoning. Particularly maths questions will be called as quantitative aptitude. How many of you are humanities background? How many of you are science? Science is jana idira. Most of you guys. How many of you are engineers? Okay, core science, BSc, MSc. Okay, BCom, BA. Okay, how many of you are from Kannada medium up to your graduation, till your graduation? Okay, till your 10th stage Kannada medium. Okay, good. What was the reason that you took humanities? Yakappa arts ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದು? ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ಕಣೋ, ನಾನು ಇರೋದು ನನ್ನ ಕೆಲಸನೇ ಅದಲ್ವೇನೋ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ಕೇಳೋದು. ಡಿಡ್ ಐ ಆಸ್ಕ್ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ರಾಂಗ್ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್? ಯಾ, ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ರೀಸನ್? Anybody, come on, art students, what is the reason behind? Avunu keltini ಈಗ ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ನವರನು, what is the reason behind? See, because from your basic elementary stage, first standard to 10th standard, everybody will read the same syllabus, isn't it or not? Okay, same syllabus. After this, you will be having 3 choices of going into 3 streams. What are those? Science, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಇತ್ತು ತಾನೆ ಹಿಂಗೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೂ 3 ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ದುಡ್ಡು ತಗೋತಾರೆ. ಯಾ, ಆಮೇಲೆ arts, isn't it madam? These are okay, and some of you opted for science, some of you commerce, some of you arts. My question, basic question first, arts ಯಾಕೋ ಮರೆಯ? arts easy ಇರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತನಾ? Okay, yeah, anybody else? ಆರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಮೇಡಮ್, ಆರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ತಾನೆ ನೀವು? ಇಲ್ವಾ? ಯಾರು ಎತ್ತಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ ಕೈ? ಯಾ ಯಾ, ದಟ್ಸ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ರೀಸನ್, ಜೆನ್ಯೂನ್ ರೀಸನ್. ಓಕೆ, ದೆನ್ ಕತೆ ಹೊಡಿಬೇಡಿ ಈಗ ಫಿಲಾಸಫಿ, ನನಗೆ ಆರ್ಟ್ಸ್ ಇಷ್ಟ. 10th ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಅವೆಲ್ಲ ಏನೂ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಲ್ಲ, ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ. Who told? At 10th standard only you got to know that this will be useful in UPSC. 10ನೇ ಕ್ಲಾಸಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಡಿಸೈಡ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಾ UPSC ಬರಬೇಕು ಅಂತ? ಹೌದಾ? ಓಕೆ, ನಿಜ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕು ನನ್ನ ಹತ್ರ, ನಾವು ಮ್ಯಾಥ್ಸು. ಓಕೆ, ಯಾ, ಏನಪ್ಪ ಮ್ಯಾಥ್ಸ್ ಕಷ್ಟ ಅಂತ? ಏನಂತೆ? ಮ್ಯಾಥ್ಸ್ ಕಷ್ಟ ಅಂತ? ಓಕೆ, now let's say in your 10th stage, this is your percentile. This is your percentile. What's your option? What's your choice of the stream? ನಾನು ನೋಡಿ ನೀವೇ ಹೇಳ್ತಿರೋದು. Okay, isn't it? Okay, in most of the cases, or else the parents, if you get 90%, see, I'm not stereotyping anybody here, I'm not judging anybody. Okay, I'm basically taking for majority of your opinion. See, majority is not always correct also, and neither it's not always wrong also. Okay, ನಿಮಗೆ ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ ನೋಡ್ರಪ್ಪ, 90%. ಸಿ, ನೀವು ಹೋಗ್ಲಾ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸೇ ಓಡಿಸ್ತಾರೆ ಸೈನ್ಸ್, isn't it? Let's say you got some 60 to 70%. Yeah, commerce, Let's say you got somewhere around 50%. You struggled. Yeah, what? Arts. Okay. So, let's say your score in maths and science is 90%. Forget about all others. Okay, English, Kannada, ella 35, 35, 40 somewhere. Okay, what's your preference? Okay, then let's say your score in maths and science is around 60%, 50 to 60, 55 to 60. Basically, okay, if you are scoring around 35 to 50 or 55, what's your choice? Arts. Okay, isn't it so? So, one subject has made a lot of changes in your whole academics, which is, okay, one of the reasons is maths. It came back to you. Maths. Now, maths are strong idea mari neenu ilva weak idea. Okay, this is his first standard. Yenu nina hesaru? Varun going to first standard school ge hogta idane. Okay, picture alli toristaralla hange flashback. Then he came to 10th standard. He qualified. Then he is going to college. Okay, 12th standard. Then he completed his graduation and he is sitting today here. Insights. Okay, are you facing the maths difficulty in maths today while sitting in the inside? Gotte kashta aita. If I give a question now, okay, many of them may be able to solve and few moderately, and some of you, is your difficulty today? Kashtana? Flashback, matte hogona iga. Okay, where he understood during the result. That was somewhere here only, 2nd standard, 3rd standard. Let's say you have a problem today. That problem is after 1 year also you have the same problem. What is the meaning of that? Yavado problem ide ivattu. Same problem is lying after a year also. What's your observation here? You have just postponed the problem. Isn't it? You haven't tried enough to solve that problem. Isn't it? Postponing a problem is not a solution. Okay, hit and run ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಓಡೋಗ್ತೀವಿ, and also ನಮ್ಮ ಬೆನ್ನು ನಮ್ಗೆ ಕಾಣಲ್ಲ ಅಂತದಲ್ಲ. Till now, okay, everybody is spared because you had a choice here. You had a choice of going into different streams here. Okay, anyway you went. And also, here also you opted for the graduation. Graduation, they gave you carry over 6 subjects, 7 subjects, 8 subjects, ಎಲ್ಲ ಇದಾವೆ ಕೆಲಸ. Or else distant course, even though if you don't go, okay, somebody proxy can go and write in some of the universities, then also you can become graduate and all. Isn't it or not? Now, in all these cases, one or the other way you can become a graduate here. Because, see, Vinay sir and our team will be doing orientation across the Karnataka in different districts, if you know. It's called collaboration with Prajavani. Okay, my basic observation in all those areas is, okay, Koppalano, Bidaro, Gulbarga, okay, some of the graduate students, they don't even know how to write and read. They are in a graduation, final year of graduation. Or ಓದಕ್ಕೂ ಬರಲ್ಲ, ಬರೆಯಕ್ಕೂ ಬರಲ್ಲ ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ. ನಾನೇನೋ ರಿಸೈಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ, ಡಿಟೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಬರ್ಕೊಳಕ್ಕೆ ಬರಲ್ಲ. If I give something literature, okay, they can't read. Yeah, why so? And they are in graduation, final year of graduation. Can you close the door there, please? Why so? Come on, let's say, see, in that, see, in our program, every time we will be calling the guests as the DC of the district, okay, SP and also the CEO. Okay, commissionerate idre commissioner bartare, BBMP idiyalla commissioner atara, and also we will be there. Okay, let's say you became one day and you are the guest now, and you saw that you observed this one. Okay, what's your understanding there? What is your observation? You nodidri graduation odak baralla bariyak baralla avನಿಗೆ graduation ಅಂತ. Yeah, what anything can be the future there, but at that point of time what's your observation? ಓಕೆ, ಈಗ ನಿಮ್ಗೊಂದು ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಈಗ 12th ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡರ್ಡ್ 12th ಪಾಸ್ ಅಂತ, 12th ಪಾಸ್ ತಾನೇ ಇದ್ರು ಫಿಲಮ್ ಹೆಸರು? ಓ ಫೇಲಾ, ಸಾರಿ 12th ಫೇಲ್. ಓಕೆ, ಯಾ, ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಸೀನ್ ದಟ್ ಮೂವಿ ರೈಟ್? ಓಕೆ, ನೌ what is your observation there basically when you was writing the graduation and all? How he came into the graduation? Literally odistare copy. Okay, 10th standard alli odistare, 12th alli odistare, cheat avare barstare. Yeah, this is happening everywhere in the remotest area only. Okay, nobody will bother to teach them, and they also are not bothered to go to the classes only, because anyway they will be copied. Okay, that's an habitual thing. At this point of time, okay, after graduation, if I am struggling to get into a job, okay, am I educated now? No. So the basic thing you have to understand is, it's not about going through this process. Okay, hingogidiralla iga, why do you have to go to school or college? Let's say this is an UPSC interview question. Yes madam, why you went to the college? Which college alla? What course alla? Why you want to go to college? For education, you can self learn. Education is everywhere. Skills, knowledge. Can't we learn all those things in the home itself? Certificate, Sadhu, right, very good. Come on guys, college go, almost you have gone to this academic process for 20 years, right? Approximately 20 years, 2+ years ke ಸೇರಿಸ್ತಾರಲ್ವೇನ್ರೋ? Yes or no? ನಿಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲ ಸೇರಿಸಿ, ನೀವೆಲ್ಲ ಕಿಂಡರ್ ಗಾರ್ಡನ್ ಹೋಗ್ತಾನೆ 3 years and all, ಮತ್ತೆ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಏನು ಕಾಲೇಜ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗಿದ್ದ ನೀನು? ನೋ 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 ನೋ, ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡರ್ಡ್ಗೆ ಸೇರಿಸಿದ್ರೇನಪ್ಪ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮನೇಲಿ? ಮತ್ತೆ see, you have to be interactive, come on. Am I asking the difficult questions? ಮತ್ತೆ come on, interact. My class has to be interactive always. ಮಾತಾಡಬೇಕು. ನಾನು ಯಾರಿಗೂ ಬೈಯಲ್ಲ, ಹೊಗಳೋದು ಇಲ್ಲ. Yeah, guidance. Okay, see, aren't your parents guiding you? If your parents are teachers, let's say, lecturers, professors, let's say, okay, don't they guide you properly in the home itself? Can't they teach you guys? Why they have to send you to college, school? You know the UPSC have 3 stages, right? One is the prelim stage, okay, mains. What is the prelim stage? Why the prelim stage? Why these 3 stages? What are the test about the prelim stage? The basic, yeah, the literature itself, the word literally it means what? Preliminary test. That's a test of your basic knowledge. That is why the syllabus is fixed till 10th standard. That's it. Okay, have you seen the syllabus? It is 10th standard. Okay, everybody has crossed this 10th standard, right? Upon that also you have to cross 12th to, okay, upon that 3 years or 2 more years, okay, many of those. But syllabus is 10th standard. Okay, if 10 lakh students apply, how many will qualify? 5 lakh will appear, okay. ಇನ್ನು 5 ಲಕ್ಷ ಜನ ಬರಲ್ಲ, 100 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಓಕೆ, 5,000 ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಅವಾಗ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ. ಯಾ, how many will qualify? Come on, approximately ಹೇಳು ಮರಿ. 50,000, yes madam, 1:15. If there are 1,000 posts available, okay, vacant, then 1:15 they'll take for mains. Okay, mains 1:15. So out of the 5 lakh or the 10 lakh, only 15,000 will qualify. Why? Everybody has crossed the 10th, and some of them are 99.8 to 9 percentile and all. Okay, they also will disqualify. And here the marks, cutoff marks, as I mentioned, it's like something like 76, 48 and all for some of the categories. And see, yeah, here Rapa, see, I'm quoting some facts here. What's your observation? ನೀವೆಲ್ಲ ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಗ್ರಾಜ್ಯುಯೇಟ್ ಇರ್ತಿರಲ್ರಪ್ಪ, ಈಗ ಲ್ಯಾಬ್ ಏನಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಿರೋ? Practical knowledge. Munchur, elaborate please. What is practical knowledge? What do you do in the lab exactly? Experiments. Why we have to do the experiments? See, anyway, theory is given, right? Okay, all of the theory will be given. Lot of observations has done by many people. Why you have to observe anything? And also, while you doing the experiments, will you take only one reading? Then multiple readings, 3 readings. ನೀವು ಸುಮಾರು ಜನ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರ್ ಬರೆಯೋದಿಲ್ಲ ನೀವು. ಓಕೆ, ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅವರು ಇವ್ರು ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಕಾಪಿ ಹೊಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಲ್ಯಾಬ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ದೇನೆ ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರ್ ಆಗಿರೋರು ಇರ್ತೀರಾ. Isn't it or not? Okay, 2 to 5, yeah, one attend ಆಗ್ತಾನೆ. Attendance what do you require? Isn't it or not? Yeah. Okay, so can I call you guys as knowledgeable? If you can't qualify of 10th standard stage, the big question mark on your whole education. Standard. Whole process what you have gone is college hogidira, bandidira, you have marks. Okay, you have marks. You have read the books. Okay, you have read the pages. Okay, you have written the notes. Let's say on the 10th standard, okay, on the maths day, maths definitely will be having two days of minimum break, minimum 2 days or 3 days of break. Channa gattuditira. Okay, 3 days. Let's say you scored 80%. Okay, 80 marks out of 100. Okay, now full kushi tane idu 80%. Yes or no? Yeah, in some or other. Okay, 80%. Then maths aitu. Maths will be mostly in last day, isn't it or not? Mostly, or else language irutta last alli. Language irutta. Nimge maja madli anta last onchuru. Okay, aitu ella aitu, exam bantu, result bantu, you got 80% in maths. Okay, means 20 marks gone right here. Have you gone through the previous book of the syllabus which you have left out, and also what is the reason behind leaving that 20 marks? Anyway, anybody? Hangalla kanumbriya, ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ತಿರೋದನ್ನ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋ, ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. You got 80%, right? 20% you missed. Okay, after the exam, once you get the result, okay, once you know that result, then did you go back to your notes or else your tuition notes, anywhere, question bank or else whatever your source you are referred, and verified why you haven't got that 20 marks? Anybody? No? Okay, you did a lot of mistake here, right? Isn't it or not? This 80 marks may be by flukes. Okay, see, you have written only 3 marks, he might have given 4 marks there. What is the total marks for which the exam will be conducted in mains? Marks, PTBD 1750. Okay, 1750, and the PT will be for 275. Okay, totally 2025. Anyway, if you get around 1000 to 1050, ಎಷ್ಟು ರ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಬರ್ಬೋದು? Within the 10th you will be there. 50%. 50%. Now, a student who gets that many marks, he will be minimum has written 100 mock test every year. In every mock, will he get 250 out of 250? No. He'll get around 100. He'll get around 80. What is the analysis afterwards? Yen ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ ಅವನು ಬಂದು ಗೊತ್ತಾ? Okay, whatever the remaining marks which he has left out, okay, he hasn't got, he will work on that area. How to increase the efficiency there? We haven't done that, right? Okay, this is the whole process is about. Going back and completing the things which are left out. Meaning, the whole point is, Mari, okay, ಬೇಜಾರು ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡೇನೋ ಇಲ್ವಾ? ನಗಡ ಯಾವ ಊರು ನಿಂದು? ಬೆಂಗಳೂರೇನಾ? ಹೌದಾ? ಹುಟ್ಟು ಬೆಳೆದಿದ್ದಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲೇನಾ? ಯಾವ ಏರಿಯಾ? Okay. The whole point is, it's not about the difficulty which you face today. Okay, it has a background there. Okay, flashback ಇದೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಒಂದು. There you didn't address. Okay, and you are facing the same difficulty today also. You will face the difficulty tomorrow also, day after tomorrow also, if you don't work on it. Okay, That is what many of them did during 2023. Okay, 2021 up until 2021 the paper was very easy. Okay, after 2022, okay, the paper CSAT is becoming very tricky. Okay, very tricky. Though they are qualifying in paper 1, okay, 100 plus, even though they have scored, okay, the cutoff is only 75. They have scored 100 plus. Okay, when they go to the afternoon sessions, they couldn't able to qualify. I'm not talking about anybody. Okay, this is about the toppers also. Even the toppers, previous toppers, matte baritaralla. Okay, they'll write for improvisation of their ranks. Okay, they also are facing the difficulty. What is the reason? More than that, the whole point is revision. Okay, it's not about during the exam you do these things, because what is the difficulty in this whole process? Ee exam alli, why do we consider this as one of the most difficult exam? What is the reason? Paper is difficult? What makes this whole process difficult? Churageli. Okay, when you are going for a maths test, maths exam, you will be having 2 days, 3 days of leave in between, okay, and you will be having only one paper which is specifically maths, and that questions will come from the prescribed textbooks only, which you have read throughout the year, right? But here, when you are going for that 9:30 to 10:30 or 9:30 to 11:30 paper, okay, everything under the sun can be asked, the basic things. Okay, anything can be asked, and most of the things are there in your academics, and many of the things which you can observe in your everyday life everywhere, and also current affairs. Okay, throughout 1 or 2 years or else 1 year exactly the current affairs. Keeping in mind from 1st standard to 10th standard syllabus of all the subjects, along with that current affairs, okay, including national, international, and also the observation around your surroundings. Okay, that's your prelims paper. Okay, Udaita, that is why this is difficult. It's not about one subject. We have a practice of writing only one subject one day, right? Okay, same textbook get 100 is easy there. Okay, many of them now but we couldn't qualify this exam there. That is what the difficulty of this exam here. Okay, on that mains day, you will be writing 250 marks, 2 papers. Okay, 3 hours, 2 paper. So totally how many marks? 500 marks. Have you written 500 marks in a day in your whole life? That is why this is difficult. Okay, okay, in 3 months, most probably you will be given a paper of 100 marks. Maximum 100 marks. Okay, or else 80 marks. Okay, in some of the internals 20 80 marks, isn't it? So in 3 hours we have to deliver how many marks? 250 marks. Okay, and I can't even leave a question. Have you ever has done this one? 250 marks, 3 hours without leaving a question? No, madam. Okay, how many choices will be there? None. None. Okay, ida, ada. Getting this process, that's why it is difficult. Okay, it's not doable. Okay, not can do this one, but the thing is, it's all about how you maintain your time. Okay, how well you can manage your time, because anybody who can qualify in a year or a 2, okay, you also has the same time, right? Time is same for everybody, isn't it? Okay, see, ನನಗೆ 1 ನಿಮಿಷ ಓಡಿದ್ರೆ ಗಡಿಯಾರ ನಿನ್ನ ಗಡಿಯಾರದಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟು ಓಡುತ್ತೆ? ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿರೋ ಗಡಿಯಾರದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಹೆಂಗೆ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋತೀವಿ ಅದ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಇರ್ತದೆ. Getting? Okay, even in a single attempt also you can able to qualify. You can qualify. Okay, or else 2 attempts or attempts you can qualify. Qualified even in a say 5, 6, 7 attempts, not even a prelims. ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅವನಿಗೆ? What's your observation now? Come on again. He hasn't qualified in 5, 6 attempts also, and still ಕೊಡ್ತಾನೆ ಇರ್ತಾನೆ. Yeah. He is not working on his mistakes. Have you worked on your mistakes, anybody? In your academic stage, many things you have left out, right? Okay, half we have read till the passing marks, pass agodra saaku ankondu odkondu hogirtivi. After you qualify, have you read the things which you have left out? Okay, if you are going for a 3rd semester, everything in 2nd semester syllabus have you completed? No. So can I do the same here? Probability becomes 1:1000 if you do the same of qualifying even a prelims. Getting? That is why this process is difficult. Okay. Now, can you qualify without taking the coaching classes? Yes, sir. Okay. Yes, madam. Okay. How? Self study, single word ಅಲ್ಲಿ self study. ಊನ್ರಿ ಅದೇನೆ ನಾನು ಕೇಳ್ತಿರೋದು. One or the other way. Okay. Yeah, self study. How? How do you study? See, I'm not boasting myself or institute anything. Okay, I'm putting some questions on. Yeah, of course. Okay, we only say many of the students, they don't require the actual classes. Okay, ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ ಬೇಕಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. Who need? The one who has not gone through the academic process completely. Okay, ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಬೇಕು ಈ process. Okay, so majority of them, they need it. If you are from an AIMS, IITians, okay, how many of you are from IIT? How many of you are from AIMS? Anyway, how many of you are doctors? Okay. If you are from RV? None. You know this, have you heard of these institutes? Okay, these are the premier institutes, right? Okay, ಯಾಕ್ರಪ್ಪ ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ನೀವು? They can do their self studies. They know the process. Okay, they know the process, how to read. That is why they have gone to the premier institutes. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅವರು ಹೋಗಿರೋದಲ್ಲಿ. They know how to gain knowledge from each and everything which you go through every day. Okay, isn't it? VTU ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ? ಅಪ್ಪನೂ ಅದೇ ಸಿಲೆಬಸ್, ಮಗನೂ ಅದೇ ಸಿಲೆಬಸ್, ಇಂಜಿನಿಯರ್ ಆಗಿದ್ರು ಅವರು. From the past 30 days, they haven't updated any syllabus. Okay. Now, ಕಾಲೇಜ್ಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಹೋಗಿದ್ದೀರಾ, ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಪುಸ್ತಕ ಓದಿದ್ದೀರಾ. Okay, but how much you have gained the knowledge there? When you are going to the PT, okay, personality test, this is the whole thing. That's what they'll ask. What is your curricular activities which you are involved in anywhere? Okay, what is the sports activity you are interested in or else you are doing there? That's what they are. They won't ask you for the marks there. They will ask you for the details. They'll ask you about the experiment which you have conducted in your 10th standard or the 11th standard, about it, the basic thing. Okay, you have done that only for the sake of writing record. Okay, isn't it? Science students ge one of the most important irvekittu in your graduation's time. What is that most important book? ಬಿಸಾಕ್ತಾರೆ, ಅಬ್ಸರ್ವೇಷನ್. ಓಕೆ, ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಅನ್ನ ಯಾರ್ದಾರು ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬರೀಬೋದು ರೀಡಿಂಗ್ಸ್ಗಳು ನೀವು. If you have gone through the experiment, if you have noted down the readings, okay, you see the anomalies over there. That's why it will take 4-5 readings. Not necessarily every time you'll get the same. Okay, wrong ಬರ್ಬೇಕು, right ಬರ್ಬೇಕು. Getting? Have you done that one process completely, effectively in each and every process, experiments? No. The biggest mistake. Okay, everybody had a chance to learn then, but we didn't do that. Okay, again you have got a chance today. But if you do the same, again you will end up in making mistakes. Okay, success ಬೇಕು ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ, ಅದಕ್ಕೊಂದು ಪ್ರಾಸೆಸ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ. You are expecting only the result. You are forgetting the process there. Whatever the marks you are getting at the end, okay, ಮನೇಲೋಗಿ ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಓಡ್ಬಿಡೋದಲ್ಲ. ಈ ಸರಿ ಪೇಪರ್ ಡಿಫಿಕಲ್ಟ್, ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಫೇಲ್ ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಕ್ಲಾಸಲ್ಲಿ, ಹಂಗಾಗಿ ನಮಗೂ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಬಂದಿದೆ. The point is how well you have worked on it. Okay, I believe to learn things, okay, ಎರಡು, ಒಂದು ಅದರ ಸಂಪರ್ಕಕ್ಕೆ ಬರಬೇಕು. You have to come into contact with it. That you have done. And afterwards, whatever the things which you don't know, you have to put effective time on it. You know, effective time. Because till graduation you have spent some 20 years, many or else many years has been wasted there. Because why I am saying here is, after this stage, everything matters precisely. Because you are going for a job market. When you are expecting me to give you a test you, not like your academics. Okay, 35 ಬಂದ್ರೆ ಪಾಸ್ ಅಂತ ಅಲ್ಲ, ನನಗೆ 100 ಬಂದ್ರು ಕೆಲಸ. I can ask you more. That's why this exam gives only less than 50% of the marks. Has anybody scored 100% here? No, 50% ತೆಗೆಯೋದು ಕಷ್ಟ. See, we don't know. In that category of ST there, who has thought that 48 would be the cutoff? Out of 200, full throughout the India. Okay, the process, they haven't done the process very well. Okay, so if you are dreaming, I want you to stop dreaming. First thing, okay, you come into the reality first. You already have the goal there, set agide alli goal, but you be in the process. Okay, there is something called cyclic distance. Have you heard of this word? Okay, he has kept in a very long distance, isn't it or not? ಹತ್ರನೇ ಇದೆಯೇನಪ್ಪ ಮ್ಯಾಥ್ಸು, ದಿನ ಓದ್ತಿದೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅಂದ್ರೂ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಬರಲಿಲ್ವಾ? ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಓದಿರೋದಕ್ಕೆ ತಾನೇ ಆಗಿದ್ದು ಕಷ್ಟ. ಓಕೆ, ಆ ಕಷ್ಟನ ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ ಮಾಡಲಿಲ್ವಲ್ಲ. ಸೇಮ್ ಥಿಂಗ್. ಓಕೆ, ಯು ಮೈಟ್ ಫೇಸ್ ಡಿಫಿಕಲ್ಟಿ ಇನ್ ರೈಟಿಂಗ್, ಯು ಮೈಟ್ ಫೇಸ್ ಡಿಫಿಕಲ್ಟಿ ಇನ್ reading the things, or else understanding. You might face the difficulty in concentrating the things. Okay, but that is for the initial stage, one day. Okay, second day at least you must have a minimum 1% of improvisation. Because why I am saying this one is I handle maths. Okay, and the most difficult for some of the students will be the maths only, because I have put you the reason. Okay, naan ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತನೋ maths ಇದೆ ಅನ್ನೋದಕ್ಕೋ, okay, ಅದು difficult ಅಲ್ಲ, because you haven't spent effectively, okay, your energy on it. That has been difficult. Okay, so though you qualify in the paper 1, okay, it's not a success there. ಉದಾಯ್ತಾ? ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಹಾಫ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಇನ್ನಿಂಗ್ಸ್, ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಇನ್ನಿಂಗ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಆಡಿರ್ತಾರೆ. ಈಗ ಮೊನ್ನೆ ಆಡಿರಲ್ಲ ಪಾಕಿಸ್ತಾನದವರು, isn't it? Okay, ಮ್ಯಾಚ್ ಗೆದ್ದು ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ರು ಅವರು, ಸ್ಟಿಲ್ ದೇ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ದಿಸ್, isn't it? That is what in the when you are playing at the highest level of competition, this is what happens. ಈಗ 10 ಲಕ್ಷ ಜನ ಕಿಲಾಡಿಗಳಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತೀರಾ, ಬರೀ 15,000 ಜನ ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋದು. And I'll trust me, there is a competition among only 10,000 in the whole India, not even 15,000. The competition lies between only 10,000. That is the elite club you have to enter as early as possible. Getting? Okay, because 21, 22 years ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತದಲ್ಲ ಎನರ್ಜಿ, ಸಿಂಗಮ್ ತರ ಎಲ್ಲ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರ್ತಿರಲ್ಲ, isn't it? ಅವೆಲ್ಲ ಡ್ರೀಮ್ ಬರ್ತತಾನೆ, ಈಗ ಬರಲ್ವೇನೋ? ಓಕೆ, ಈಗ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದ್ರೆ ಹೊಡೆದಾಕ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ, ಇವನ್ನ ರೈಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ ಈಗ, isn't it or not? 30s ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅವೆಲ್ಲ ಬರಲ್ಲ. ಇದನ್ನ ಕಾರ್ ತಗೊಂಡ, ನಾನು ಇನ್ನೂ ಬೈಕಲ್ಲಿ ಓಡಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ, ಓಕೆ, ಈಗ ನಮ್ಮ ಸೈಕಲ್ ಓಡಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ, ನಮ್ದೇನು ಇಲ್ಲ. ಅವಾಗ ನೀವು ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ 30 at the age of 32, 33 if you get qualified. Okay, the day 1 itself you will carry a bag. ಓಕೆ, ಚೀಲ ತುಂಬಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದೇ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತೀರಾ, ಯಾವ ಎನರ್ಜಿನೂ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಮೋಟಿವೇಶನ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹಿಂದೆ ಬಿಸಾಕ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿರುತ್ತೆ UPSC. Getting? Okay, so as early as possible, okay, you have to qualify. For that you have to trust us. First thing, okay, first thing is you have to trust us. Navene heladrunu, okay, based on the experience I'll tell you, you have to trust us completely. Okay, see, I'm not 100% perfect. Okay, I may be 90% perfect, but that's more than enough for this one. 90% ನೀವು ತೆಗೆದುಬಿಟ್ರೆ, okay, ನಾವು ಹೇಳಿದ್ದೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಿ. Getting? And afterwards you have to see, once if you don't have the trust on me, you don't listen to me, right? ಫಸ್ಟ್ ನಂಬೇಕು ತಾನೆ, ಈಗ ಇನ್ಸೈಟ್ಸ್ ನಂಬ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದಿದ್ದೀರಲ್ವಾ, ಬೇಸ್ಡ್ ಆನ್ ಅವರ್ ಪ್ರೀವಿಯಸ್ ರೆಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್, isn't it? Then you have to trust the faculties here. Then afterwards, okay, you have to follow us. Then afterwards, okay, now push ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀವಿ, you can go anywhere there afterwards. Getting? So this applies for everybody. Okay, some of you guys will face difficulty in the initial stage, but don't worry. First day difficulty, second day irbardu, means you have to work. So for that, only one thing, those who are humanities background, 6th standard NCERT is must for you. Maths NCERT. Okay, ಯಾವಾಗ ತಗೋಬೇಕು? ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದೆ ಟೈಮ್ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜ್ಮೆಂಟು, ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಡೇ ಅಪ್ಲಿಕೇಶನ್ ಹಾಕೋರು. ಓಕೆ, ಲೈಫ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಅದನ್ನೇ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀವಿ ತಾನೆ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಡೇ ನಾವು. ಓಕೆ, ಯಾ, when to start? That's up to you. Okay, you can start today, tomorrow, next year, ಅದಾದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಯಾವಾಗಾರು ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. Okay, I insist you to start today and you complete within 1 week. 1 week of time. Can you do this? 6th standard of NCERT, humanities students, must and should, you have to do this one. Okay, and also those who are from Kannada medium, you have to do this one. Okay, yeah. Now, coming back to this one, syllabus. ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಬ್ಲೇಡ್ ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಟ್ನೇನ್ರೋ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಬೇಜಾರು ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಬಿಡಂಗಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಯಾಕೋ? The syllabus 80 questions will be asked from 3 different sections. Heli, come on, regenerate those 3 sections. Maths, reasoning, and what do you call maths and reasoning as? Mental ability. Okay, specifically maths questions will be what called? Quantitative aptitude. Have you heard of this word aptitude? Yell kelidri. ಚಿಕ್ಕ ವಯಸ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಕೇಳಿದ್ನ ಎಲ್ಲಿ? Okay, okay, okay. Then where have you heard about this one? Yeah, you have GS papers, right? Okay, what is GS for? Ethics, integrity, ಆಮೇಲೆ aptitude. Okay, ಇಲ್ಲಾದರೂ ಕೇಳಿರಬೇಕು. What do you mean by aptitude then? ಅವನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ನಲ್ಲ ಈಗಪ್ಪ, okay, selection time ಅಲ್ಲಿ aptitude. What do you mean by aptitude? Presence of mind? Okay, presence of mind in what? Yeah, okay. Aptitude is all about ability to solve the questions or problems, your ability. Okay, who requires aptitude? Engineers, do they require aptitude? Engineers, okay, problem solving begala, aptitude. Medical doctors, do they require aptitude? Yes, aptitude ide avrigunu ide. Okay, law, do they need aptitude? Yes, MBA, okay, highest level irಬೇಕು management aptitudes. Okay, a farmer, does he require an aptitude? Okay, ಇರಬೇಕೇನ್ರಿ aptitude farmers ಗೆ? Where you come from? How many of you are from farmers community? Okay, good. Okay, do they require aptitude? Of course. Who doesn't require? Who doesn't require aptitude, man? Say something. You, me, her, him, anybody? Everybody requires what? Aptitude. Okay, aptitude is all about what? Your ability to solve the problem. That's what we do everyday life. Okay, in one or the other way. Madam, okay, ನೀವು ಉಪ್ಪಿಟ್ಟು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ aptitude ಇರ್ತದೆ ಒಂದು. ಈ ಚಿತ್ರಾನ್ನ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಅಷ್ಟೇನೆ. If you don't understand the things properly, then you can't solve the problems, right? And civil servants, they require the highest level of aptitude. Okay, isn't it? How to increase your aptitude level? Or else, why the civil servants will be having the high aptitude? This exam requires daily life problems, isn't it or not? How to solve a problem? Any problem. Very good. If you don't understand the problem, okay, can you solve it? Superficially, anybody can read the problem, can see the problem. It's all about to the core. If you understand the problem, then only you can try to solve it. Okay. Now, if they ask a general question in UPSC, okay, interview, why do you want to become a civil servant? ಈಗ ನೋಡಿರ್ತೀರ ಸುಮಾರು ಶಾರ್ಟ್ಸ್ಗಳು ಅವು ಇವು ಎಲ್ಲ, ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ಗುಡ್ ಆನ್ಸರ್, ಕಮ್ ಆನ್, ಅದನ್ನ ನೋಡೇ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಜನ ಮೋಟಿವೇಟ್ ಆಗೋದು ನೀವು. ದಟ್ ಮೋಟಿವೇಶನ್ ಲೈಸ್, ಓಕೆ, 1 hour 2 hour somewhere. Yeah, if you give the right answer or else a good answer, that will motivate you a lot. See, I'm not expecting a very good answer. Come on, try ಮಾಡಕೇನ್ರಿ ನೀವು. I was told that bad A students are too good. Come on, now maintain ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. Civil servant, to maintain, to have financial stability. So no other job will give you a financial stability. Okay. ನೋಡ್ರಪ್ಪ, ಈಗ ಜನರಲ್ ಈಗ ನಾನು ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಏನಂತಾರೆ, ಸಿ ಟು ಚೇಂಜ್, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಮೋಟಿವೇಶನ್ ಇರ್ತದೆ ನಿಮಗೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಇರಬೇಕು, ದಟ್ಸ್ ಗುಡ್. ಚೇಂಜ್ ದ ಸೊಸೈಟಿ, ಇದೇ ತಾನೇ ಜನರಲ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್. ಅವ್ರು ಅನ್ಕೋತಾರೆ ನಾವೇ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಬಂದು ಹಿಂಗೆಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದಾರಲ್ಲ, ಆಯ್ತಪ್ಪ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ವೆಶನ್ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಅವರು. ಓಕೆ, ಮೋರ್ ದೆನ್ ದಟ್, ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ರೋಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಅನ್ ಬ್ಯೂರೋಕ್ರಾಟ್, ಅ ಸಿವಿಲ್, ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಹಿಸ್ ರೋಲ್, ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಹಿಸ್ ಜಾಬ್ ನೇಚರ್ ಆಕ್ಚುಲಿ? ಈಗ ಟೀಚರ್ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಟೀಚಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಪ್ಪ, CSAT ಟೀಚರ್, ನಾನು CSAT ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, CSAT ನಿಮಗೆ ಕಲಿಸ್ಬೇಕು ಪಾಸ್ ಆಗೋ ರೀತಿಲಿ, ದಟ್ಸ್ ಮೈ ಜಾಬ್, ರೈಟ್? ಓಕೆ, ಯಾ, ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದಿಸ್? ಇಂಪ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಪಾಲಿಸೀಸ್, ಹೌದಾ? ಓಕೆ, ಓಕೆ, ದಟ್ಸ್ ಅ ಎಂಡ್ ರಿಸಲ್ಟ್. ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ implementation of policies. What he does everyday life ali? Now let's say I'll give you a work term, 6th standard NCERT. I want you to complete in a week. Can you do that? Yes, sir. Okay. I want you to make everybody do in 1 week. 6th standard NCERT. Ellaru madange nodkobeku. Can you do that? Sure. Yochne ಮಾಡಿ ಹೇಳಿ. Understood? Okay. Yeah, that is your role. Everybody's effective work is your responsibility. That is how the policy will be implemented properly. Isn't it, madam? Okay. Let's say he is a case worker in your office. You are a DC. He is a case worker, FDA. Okay. He is not listening to you. He is coming late. He is not putting the files properly. Putting up files, you know that, making the files. Your job is to what? You not put up the file. Okay. Your job is to sign on it. Isn't it? Verify. Okay. He has to do all those clerical works. Okay. He is not doing it properly. ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ? ನೀವು ಜಿಲ್ಲಾ ದಂಡಾಧಿಕಾರಿ ಕಣ್ರಿ, ಆ ತಲೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತದೆ ನಿಮಗೆ. ಯಾ, ವಾಟ್ ಯು ಡು? ಕುಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬತ್ತಿದ ಅಂತಾನೆ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. ಕಮ್ ಆನ್ ನಾವ್. ಓಕೆ. ಈಗ ನೋಡಿಲ್ವ ಎಲ್ಲ, ಈಗ ಆ ಥರದವ್ರು ಇಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ? ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತು ತಾನೆ, ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. ಮತ್ತೆ warning. Okay, then notice. Okay, there are different types of notice are there. Okay. Then also if you don't listen, suspend. Then ಅವನು ಸಸ್ಪೆಂಡ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ರಿ, ಅವ್ನು ಮಾಡೋ ಕೆಲಸ ಯಾರು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ? ಇವನು ಕೊಡೋದಾ? ಇವನು ಮಾಡೋ ಕೆಲಸ? Do you have surplus staff in any government office? Deputation, will they send you the deputation? ನಮ್ಗೆ ಡೆಪ್ಟೇಷನ್ ಬರ್ದಾಕ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾರಾ? ಒಂದು 5 ಜನ ಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ. ಟ್ರೈನಿಂಗ್, ವಾಟ್ ಕೈಂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ಟ್ರೈನಿಂಗ್? ಸ್ಪೆಷಲ್ ಟ್ರೈನಿಂಗ್ ಫಾರ್ ಹಿಮ್. ಅವನು ರಿಯಾಬ್ ಕಳಿಸ್ಬೇಕು ಅವನ್ನ. ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟುಡ್? Administration is the most difficult job. The most. It's not one of the most. It is the most. Okay, when you are sitting at the highest position, okay, you have to see everybody also looking after you. Okay, you have to set an example there. New barbe correct clap first. If you are not doing that properly, you can't make anybody others can do. Isn't it? Okay, are every bureaucrat, civil servants efficient? No, then subordinates hange irtare. Getting Pakistan ಹೋದ್ರೆ everybody, all the legendary players are fast bowlers till now, isn't it or not? Imran Khan, Wasim Akram, ಗೊತ್ತಾ? You know? ತಿಳಿಯದ? ಯಾ, ಹೇಳ್ರು, ಗೊತ್ತಲ್ವೇನ್ರಿ ಯಾರು ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ? ಹೇಳ್ರು ನೋಡೋಣ ಒಂದು 3-4 ಜನದ್ದು. ಶೋಯಬ್ ಅಖ್ತರ್, ಆಮೇಲೆ ವಾಕರ್ ಯೂನಿಸು, ಮೊಹಮ್ಮದ್ ಅಮೀರು, isn't it or not? Wahab and all. Why many such heroes are there? Cricketers are fast bowlers because their heroes are fast bowlers. Indiaದಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳಿ, ಬುಮ್ರಾ, ಕಪಿಲ್ ದೇವ್ ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಎಲ್ಲ ಸಿ ಸಮ್ ಟೈಮ್ 3-4 years 5 years ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಅವರೆಲ್ಲ ಇಂಜೂರ್ಡ್. ಅದೇ ಕಣ ಟೈಮ್ ಪೀರಿಯಡ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ನಲ್ಲ. ಡು ಯು ಕನ್ಸಿಡರ್ ಹಿಮ್ ಆಸ್ ಅ ಲೆಜೆಂಡರಿ ದೇರ್? ಓಕೆ, ನಿಮ್ ಯೂಟ್ಯೂಬರ್ ಯಾರ್ತಾರನ್ನ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಲೆಜೆಂಡರಿ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರ, ಅಲ್ಲೊಂದು ಒಂದು ವಿಕೆಟ್ ತೆಗ್ದಿರೋದು ಯಾರ್ಕಾರ ಹಾಕಿರೋದೆಲ್ಲ. ಯಾ, ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ವೈ ಯು ಸೆಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಯು ಸೆಟ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ಸ್. ನಾವ್ ಹೌ ಟು ಸೆಟ್ ಎನ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಹಿಯರ್? ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಈ ವರ್ಡು? ಆರ್ ಯು ಗೈಸ್ ಆನೆಸ್ಟ್? ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಹೇಳಿ, ಆರ್ ಯು ಗೈಸ್ ಆನೆಸ್ಟ್? ಇದು ಯಾರೋ ಹೇಳ್ತೀರ ಬಿಗ್ ಬಾಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ರು ಅಂತ. ಓಕೆ, ಏನ್ ಸಾರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೇಳಂಗೆ ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರಲ್ಲ. ಓಕೆ, ಹಂಗೆ ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ರಪ್ಪ ಹೋಗ್ತಿ. ಆರ್ ಯು ಗೈಸ್ ಆನೆಸ್ಟ್? ದೆನ್ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಕರಪ್ಟ್ ಮೇಡಮ್. ಚಾನ್ಸ್ ಸಿಗ್ಬೇಕಷ್ಟೇ ಕರಪ್ಷನ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ. ಓಕೆ, that is what financial stability. Every job can give you, your skills can give you financial stability. Why bureaucrats? Okay, yeah. most difficult thing is to maintain what? Because we are not honest to ourselves. Dina ivat sullu heltivi, isn't it? Correct time ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ, isn't it or not? So no, or else we don't do effectively and we consider ourselves as we have done, okay, nobody has seen us, okay, so that everything is, yeah, there we can do managing the things. Will it happen, madam? Can you handle everybody there? No. The most important thing, now you be honest to yourself first here in your work, okay. This is your personality, this has to be your personality, okay. ಈಗ ಕೇಳ್ಬೋದು ನೀವು, ಯಾರು ದುಡ್ಡು ತಂದು ಕೊಟ್ರೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡೋದು ಸರ್, ಈಗ ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋದ ಬೇಡವಾ ಅಂತ. ದಟ್ ಡಿಪೆಂಡ್ಸ್ ಆನ್ ಯು. ಈಗ ದುಡ್ಡು ಕೊಟ್ಟರು ನಿಮಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಇಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾ, ಎಷ್ಟು ತಗೋಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾ, ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಓಕೆ. ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಷನ್ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ನೀವು ತಗೊಂಡೋಗಿ ಯಾರಿಗೋ ಈಗ ಫೋನ್ ಪೇ ಮಾಡಿಸ್ಕೊಬಿಟ್ರೆ ನೀವು, ಆರ್ ಎಲ್ಸ್ ಇಫ್ ಯು ಟೇಕ್ ಬೈ ಚೆಕ್ ಅಂತ ದಡ್ರು ಇದಾರೆ ಕಂಡ್ರು, ಸಿಗಾಕೋತಾರಲ್ಲ ಡೈಲಿ, isn't it or not, ವಾಪಸ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತೀಗ, ಓಕೆ, ದಟ್ಸ್ ಅ ಡಿಫರೆಂಟ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ ಬಿಡಿ. ಯಾ, this is what required here in your preparation stage only. You be honest to yourself first, okay. Whatever the crowd I am seeing, okay, odds ಅಂತಾರೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾ ಬೆಟ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ, odds 1:2 ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ, 1:3, I am giving you what, 1:100. The same crowd won't be there when I am doing the last lecture of this class. 1:100 I'll pay you. Anybody wants to bet? ಇದೇ ಕ್ರೌಡ್ ಇರಲ್ಲ, ಇಷ್ಟೇ ಜನ. Anybody wants to bet? 1 ರೂಪಾಯಿ 100 ರೂಪಾಯಿ ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ, 1:100. Anybody? No, right? ಎಷ್ಟು ಇರ್ಬೋದು ನೀವು ಹೇಳಿ? How many will be there? Sure, half of it. Sure, half of it. ನಿಮ್ನು ಸೇರ್ಸೆ ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು ನಾನು, ಈಗ ಹೇಳದವರಲ್ಲೇ. Okay, at least do you recollect this one at the end of this? Okay, yeah, that's what ಈಗ ಹೇಳದ್ನಲ್ಲ, this is what the motivation you are seeking the motivation in one shot. If the shot is made for 30 seconds, nobody is seeing now. They need some 5 seconds, 6 second shots. ಹಿಂಗಾಗಲ್ಲ, ಓಕೆ. ಸೂರ್ಯವಂಶದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಹಾಡು ಬರ್ತದಲ್ಲ, ಸೂರ್ಯವಂಶ ಫಿಲಮ್ ನೋಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ? ಏನದು ಹಾಡು? ಓಕೆ, she'll become an IAS. I think every language they have done that Suryamsha film. Yes, isn't it or not? There also Suryamsha, same name. See, have you seen Set Max anta ಒಂದು ಇದು ಬರ್ತಿತ್ತು ಚಾನಲ್, IPLO used to play there, Set Max. If you remember, okay, out of 365 days, 300 days they used to put this Suryamsha. ಹೌದಲ್ವೇನ್ರಿ? Okay, yeah, there is one song in which the heroine will become IAS officer. Have you seen this? ಏನ್ರ ಹಾಡು ಹೇಳ್ರ, ಗೊತ್ತಿದ್ರೆ ಯಾರಾದ್ರು? ಹಾ, ಹೇಳೋ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್, ಹೇಳೋ ಜೋರಾಗಿ ಹೇಳು ಮರಿ, they'll recollect at least. ಅಲ್ವಾ, ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಲ್ಲ? ಆ ತರ ಸ್ಕೀಮಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರಾದ್ರೂ ಬಂದಿದ್ರೆ, ಓಕೆ, ಯು ಬೆಟರ್ ಕ್ವಿಟ್ ಇನ್ ದ ಅರ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಸ್ಟೇಜ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ, ಓಕೆ. ಸೊ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಡೂ ಆಲ್ ದೋಸ್ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್. ದಟ್ ಇಸ್ ವೈ you be in the process first, you complete this syllabus first, okay. Completing the syllabus and tomorrow only you won't become a officer there, then you revise it, okay, then again you revise it, and then you work on the perfect things, then afterwards you give mocks. How many mocks? That may not be sufficient for you, that is maybe sufficient for her, so you need 200 marks, you have to do that, okay. If she can do that in 100 marks, that not necessary you have to do the same 100, you can do it in 50 also sometime. Getting? Okay, yeah, that's what. Here there is no one rule, okay, there is no one strategy. The whole thing is, the difficulty of this exam is completing the syllabus and keeping that syllabus in your exam. That requires practice, 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 revision, 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 okay, and afterwards giving mock, and afterwards coming out of the mock and counting the scores alla. Any mock score is not a reflection of real marks there, okay. KPSC mock ಕೊಡ್ತಿದ್ರಲ್ಲ, out of 200, many of them 200 ಅಲ್ಲ 400 ಗೆ many of them have scored 300, 320 ಎಲ್ಲ ಬಂದಿಲ್ಲ, ಸರ್ ಸಕ್ಕದ ಬರ್ತಿದೆ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ 92 ಅಂತಿದ್ರು, out of 400 only in actual exam. It's not a reflection, okay. How you got the 300? Many fluke answers also they will be there, some of them you have left, you have to work, you have to analysis on that. Getting? That is the important thing here. Everybody can read, okay. If see the topper, this time topper, book crack, okay, same polity, Lakshmikant, Modern India, okay, CSAT, geography, every books are same, each and every, isn't it? The one who is not qualifying from the 7 years, also will be having the same book rack, same class notes, same lectures. What is the difference? He has qualified topper, he hasn't, not even in the 7 attempts. Why? Yeah, he has not worked. Okay, it's not about going forward in the competition, it's going backwards, completing the things. Okay, going forward under an exam, okay, after this attempt, if you don't qualify, what to do? Then you go back, you do the things again and again, revise it. Okay, you work on your weak areas there. Okay, you have to understand the problem first. Without understanding your own problem, you cannot understand the problem of any other person. Okay, so this is the basic thing. Now coming to the aptitude, this is the problem. Okay, your ability to solve the problem. What do you mean by quantity? Quantitative. Quantity, madam. Tirupati is how many kilometers from Bangalore, man? Approximately 200. Yes, 300. Okay, man. Approximately 300. 230 is it? 230, na? 230, no? Just ilwa. Okay, maybe. 230, right? Okay, what's your weight? 50 kg. You have to gain some more weight. Okay. Don't eat all those junk foods. They'll reduce your lifespan by 10 years. Okay, and in this whole process, you have to maintain your health also. Okay, and what's your age? How many people are there in your family, man? In your home? 5 members. So, he answered each and every question through what? Okay, that's what called quantities. Isn't it? Okay, anything you mention in terms of numbers is called what? Quantity. And we are going to solve the problems which are related to what? Number. That's what called what? Quantitative aptitude. Got it? Quantitative aptitude. Okay, he won't ask you any question. He'll ask you questions which are related to numbers. Okay. Now, what are the questions maybe? You can take example of whatever I asked him. Questions can be related to what are the topics, subjects, okay, anything, you tell me. Questions can be related to where he came from, distance, isn't it, madam? Questions yavudukku relate agirbodu. Distance, then time, then yeah, speed, then age, then direction, tell me, madam, profit, then percentage, then height, weight, marks, isn't it or not? Okay, anything, distance, time, whatever the things you do from morning to evening can be a question. Okay, which we frame in a specific topics named as, okay, if you want to take, you can take this one. We'll do it in themes. Number 1, the most important one is number system. Yeah, basically what we come across in this number system. ಕೇಳಿದಿರಲ್ವಾ ಏನರಪ್ಪ ನಂಬರ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಅದ್ರ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಏನೇನು ಬರುತ್ತೆ? Very good. You must know the names of the numbers, right? Okay. Classification of numbers. Now, if he says first 100 whole numbers, okay, 100 whole numbers, which is the first whole number? Okay, if you don't know also, don't worry, we'll do all those things in a detailed manner. Okay, which is the first whole number? What is really? 0. Which is the 100th whole number? 100? 99. Understood, madam? Okay, rather than taking 0 and 99, if you take 1 and 100, that becomes a different question there, different answer, and that answer also will be in your option A. Okay, that's why you need to know the classification of numbers. Okay, then you have to know the place values, units place. Okay, which is, we'll work on unit digits. Very important thing. Divisibility rules. Now, is this number divisible by 9? 342. ನೋಡ್ರಿ ನೀನು ಹಿಂಗೆಲ್ಲ ಬರ್ಕೊಂಡು ನೋಡ್ರು. ಎಸ್ ಮೇಡಮ್, ಶೋರ್. You take your time, but do it. Complete the things. Okay. ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಗುರಾಯಿಸ್ತಾ ಇರಬೇಡಿ, ಮಾಡಿ. ಡಿವಿಸಿಬಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕ್ರಿ? ಮಾಡಿದ್ರಾ? ಓಕೆ. Now look here. A number to get divided by 9, sum of the digits of that number. If you sum the digits of that number, do it in our numerology. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಗಾಡಿ ನಂಬರ್ ಲೆನ್ಸ್ ಕತ್ತಿರಲ್ಲ. Okay, that has to be equal to what? 9. 3 plus 4, 7 plus 2, 9. If the sum is 9, it has to get divided by 9. Will it get divided by 3? Yes, sir. Any number which is divisible by 9 has to get divided by what? 3. Okay, that's called factors. Understood? Okay, these are the rules which we are going to learn. Many rules are there. Okay, that's simple. Then, factors, factorization. What time was your break? 7 ಕೊಡ್ತಿದ್ರಾ? Usually what was your break time? 7, okay. We'll keep it at 7:30. Okay. Now, factors, LCM, okay, and also HCF. Have you heard of LCM and HCF? What is LCM andre? Least common factor, multiple. What do you mean by multiple? ಮಲ್ಟಿಪಲ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು? ಟೇಬಲ್ಸ್ ಬರುತ್ತಾ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ? ಓಕೆ, ಹೇಳ್ರಿ. 4 ಒಂದು ಟೇಬಲ್ಸ್ ಹೇಳ್ರಿ. ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕು. ಟೇಬಲ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಮುಗಿ. ಎನಿಬಡಿ ಹೇಳಿ ಮೇಡಮ್, ಹೇಳ್ರಿ. 4 ಟೇಬಲ್ಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಟೇಬಲ್ಸ್ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕು. 4 ones is 4. ಆಮೇಲೆ 4 2s are 8. Then 4 3s are, okay, 4 4s are, ಹಿಂಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ರಾ? Okay, 4 1s are 4, 4 2s are, okay, what is that za? That was your za. Understood? Whatever the end result you are getting here, chutney madak baruta? Okay, you know how to prepare chutney, madam? How we? What are the, you don't know? I know. Okay, you know? What do you guys, Andhra Pradesh people don't know how to make chutney? ಹೇಳು ಮರಿ, ಚಟ್ನಿ ಮಾಡೋದು ಹೆಂಗೆ ಹೇಳೋ? ಏನೇನು ಹಾಕ್ತಾರೋ ಚಟ್ನಿಗೆ? ಆಮೇಲೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಏನಾರು ಹೇಳು. ಕಾಯಿ ಕಡ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಹಾಕಿದ್ರೆ ಎಂಡ್ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಬರುತ್ತಲ್ವೇನೋ? ದಟ್ಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಕಾಲ್ಡ್ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್. ಓಕೆ, ದೀಸ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಇಂಗ್ರೀಡಿಯೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಪುಟಿಂಗ್. ಹೌ ಮೆನಿ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಪುಟಿಂಗ್ ಹಿಯರ್? 1. How many fours you are putting here? So what is the chutney you are getting here? 8. That is what called product. Okay, and mathematically what we call it as multiple. Okay, multiples are the end product of any multiplication. Getting? Okay, that's what m andre factorial multiples. Okay madam, yeah. What do you mean by HCF? F andre factors. Okay, give me the factors of 6. Okay, factors, they have one more name, divisors. Divisors. What do you mean by divisors? Any number which can divide 6 are called divisors. Okay, yeah, what are those divisors? 1, 2, 3 and 6, right? Okay, now if the number is having only 1 and 6 as the divisors, what are those kind of numbers are called? Prime numbers. What do you mean by prime number? Which having only and only how many factors? If I say only and only 2 factors, I am talking about prime number. Okay, yeah, that's what classification of numbers, all those classification. Okay, similarly, remainder theorem. Okay. Now 342, when I divide by 9, what is the remainder? What is the remainder? 0, right? Okay. 343, 1. Okay. Now 3 plus 4 plus 3 is 2. 10. If I divide 10 by 9, what is the remainder? 1 only, right? Or else you add again 1 plus 0. 1 plus 0 is what? 1. 1 when you divide by 9, what is the remainder? 1 when you divide by 9, what is the remainder? Reminder. Understanding the problem is everything. Yeah, what is it? I'm asking you to do this one, right? Divide ಮಾಡಿ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. How many times you can divide? 0 times. 9 into 0? 0. Okay. So this is, what do you call this as? Remainder. Okay. If any numerator is less than the denominator, then itself is the what here? Remainder. Understood? So when I add all these numbers, okay, and when I divide by 9, if it is not getting divided by 9, then the sum of the itself is called what? Remainder. Okay. Now when I divide this by 9, what is the remainder now? What is the remainder? 8 plus 1 9 gone. 8 plus 1 9 gone. So what is the remainder? ಉಳಿದಿರೋದು ಎಷ್ಟು ಅಂತ ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ರಿಮೈಂಡರ್, isn't it? That's what. Okay, many theorems, such theorems will be doing. Okay. Similarly, have you heard of Andhra Pradesh? Yeah, arithmetic progression. What do you mean by arithmetic progression? Give me an example. Make me understand. Anything. You take example of any people, x, y, variable, numbers, anything you do. You give me an example, madam. Anybody, come on. Ashte, 2, 4, then 6, 8, 10. What is the difference between each successive numbers here? Okay, when you are arranging a series of numbers in the increasing or decreasing, okay, increasing, ascending, decreasing, descending order. If the difference between each successive number is same, which is called what? These series of numbers are called arithmetic progression. That's it. Okay. Now, have you heard of the word GP? Geometric progression. What do you mean by that? Give me an example. That's right. Good. Heli. Yeah, what is it? Give me some numbers, example. We'll understand only through examples. Okay, 4, 16, then okay, 64, amale, so on. If you take the ratio of these two numbers, okay, what is the ratio of these two numbers? What is the ratio of these two numbers? I used a word which is ratio. Yenru ingandre? What do you mean by ratio? Now let's say 2 person A and B, they have the money 20 rupees and he is having 30 rupees. Okay. Can I compare their money? Yes sir. Compare madadre in what ratio that is money? 2:3. Right? Isn't it or not? Okay. What we did here in this process? I did a what? Comparison, right? I compared this money with this money and they are in 2:3. Okay, if he is having 2 parts of the money, okay, he is having 3 parts of the money. Okay, comparison hangide. Right, madam? Now, if this person is having $30, can I compare now? No, why not, madam? What has to be same? Comparison means at least we must have how many variables? Minimum ಎಷ್ಟು ಜನ ಇರಬೇಕು? 2. Okay, comparison of 2. Can I compare more than 2? Yes, 2 or more. Okay, what I am comparing here? Numbers, right? What do you call number as? Quantities. Comparison of 2 or more quantities of same. What do you mean by magnitude? If it is kg, this also should be what? Kg means units, types, kinds, has to be what here? Same. Okay, if this is x, this also should be x. That is called what? Ratio. Okay, now can I compare these two numbers here? They are in the same line, means they have the same magnitude there. What is the ratio, madam? If I compare the next two, okay, second and the third, it is in the ratio 1:4. If I compare again these two, 1:4, okay, and these kind of series of numbers are called what? That's it. Okay, understood? So this is what we are going to learn in the next 7 days, which is number system. Right? Okay. Next is theme 2. Time and work. Let's say I have to put 200 bricks, okay, one after another, or else beside one another, 200 bricks. My speed is every 1 hour I can put 20 bricks, okay, 20 bricks to come this 200 bricks. Okay, how many hours I'll take? 10 hours, madam. How you did this? You divided this one, right? Okay. How much you got here? 20 what? 20 na 10 na? 10 hours you got here. So in this process, bricks and bricks will cancel. The hour will come here. This will be 10 times. That's what we have done. What we have got here, can I call this as time? 20 hours. Okay. Can I call this as work? Okay. The owner has given me this much of work. And this one, can I call it as speed? Can I call this as speed? Or else specifically, can I call this as my efficiency? Right? Okay. What is the relation between these three? Time is equal to what? Work by efficiency. Okay. Only this much is enough to understand this concept of time and work. Okay. Between time and work, there must be what here? Efficiency. Okay. Similarly, this is 200 liters capacity tank. There is a pipe fitted to this one, okay, through which water is coming. 20 liters per hour. 20 liters per hour. Okay. To completely fill this tank, what is the time taken? How many hours? 10 hours. Are we doing the same concept here? Yeah. Theory what remains same. Only the example is changed. The concept remains same. Okay. This is called as pipes and cistern. Work pipes and cistern under the same time and work. He might ask you the questions in terms of time and work. Now, can I put many of pipes here like this? 3 pipes, 4 pipes. Yes, sir. Okay, 3 people, 4 people are doing the work here. Those kind of collective work is called cumulative work. The people individually, they are not working here cumulatively. 5 men can complete a work in 10 days. 10 women can complete the same work in how many days? If women can do twice work as much as the men do. Isn't it, madam? Okay. Gumpal martidaralla, cumulative work. Similarly, okay, wages. How to get wages? Sambala yavadu kodtare? Yavadu kodtare? Sikke koda. Based on the work, you have to give wages all. Isn't it? So under the same concept, the wages will be also. So time and work, pipes and cistern, cumulative work, and also the questions on wages are under the same theme. Okay. You can take it as number 2. Shall I move this? Okay. From this point to this point, that is 30 meters, kilometers. What do you call this as? Okay. What do you mean by distance? The path between, a linear path between 2 points is called what? Distance. Let's say I am traveling at a speed of 5 km per hour. 5 km per hour. Okay. This is called what? distance. What do you call this as? What do you mean by speed? Distance traveled in? Okay, now. This is also, can I call it as rate? Antanu karibodu. Say, rate. Okay, what is the rate of onion now? Let's say you have gone to the vendor, okay, vegetable vendor. What is the rate of onion, man? Say something. 100 rupees. 100 agoita. Onion is a very important commodity, you know. Economics agidya nimge ಈಗ economy. Why? Onion is very important. You know, frequently we use, isn't it? Okay, what do you mean by commodity? What do you mean by commodity? Yeah, products. What kind of product? ಈಗ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ ನಿಮ್ಗಾಗ್ಲೇ? ಹಾ. What is your breakfast today, madam? Puri. Puri and? Okay, some sagu, right? Okay, you know, at least do you have idea how they have prepared that? Don't say no now. At least an idea. Yeah, how? Yeah, they'll cut the potato. Then what is required? Requirements, you tell me. Stove ಬೇಕು, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಹೇಳ್ರು, ನಗಾಡ್ತಿರಲ್ರೋ, ಇವೆಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ ತಿಂಡಿ ಸಿಗುತ್ತಾ? ಮತ್ತೆ ಆಯಿಲ್, ದೆನ್ ಆಯಿಲ್ ಅಂತ ಜೋರಾಗಿ ಹೇಳಿ. Yes, then yeah, okay, whatever the things which you are putting input, those are called what? The basic goods, okay, is commodity. Natural gas ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ direct. It has to be transported, right? Okay, what if the Israel will put bomb on Iran? What happens then? The oil price will fluctuate, will increase or decreases? Definitely increases. Then what happens, madam? Today how many puris they gave? PG? Yes, how many they gave? Unlimited? Unlimited 3 puri. What do you mean by that, unlimited? You ate 3, that was unlimited. Okay. ಭೂತಾಯ ನಮಗ ಅಯ್ಯೋ ಫಿಲಂ ನೋಡಿದಿರೇನ್ರೋ? ಬರ್ತದೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾ? ನೋಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಮೇಡಮ್? ಲೆಜೆಂಡರಿ ಅದು ಆ ಸೀನು, isn't it guys? Okay, I have seen this. Yeah. ಅನ್ನ ಅಂತಾರಲ್ಲೋ, ಅನ್ಲಿಮಿಟೆಡ್. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ನೋಡಿ, ಅನ್ನ ತಿಂದ್ರೆ. Yeah, that's what they'll do. If Israel puts bomb on Iran, the next time they'll change the board from only 3 puri, no unlimited puri. Understood? Why? Because of the change in the commodity. Okay, the price of the commodity, it's fixed in the international market. Every time 24 hours it will be running MCX. Understood? That will change our lifestyle only tomorrow. Okay, isn't it? If you ask for one more puri, what will they do? They'll charge. They don't give, that's okay. Okay, they'll charge, right? Okay. ಕೊಡೋದು ಇಲ್ಲ, ದುಡ್ಡು ತಗೊಳ್ಳಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ. ದುಡ್ಡು ಕೊಡ್ತೀನಿ ಕೊಡ್ರಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ ಕಣ್ರಿ. ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದ್ನಲ್ಲ ಈಗ, ಯಾವ ಇಸ್ರೇಲ್ ಅವರು ಹೋಗಿ ಇರಾನ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಪೂರಿ ಸಿಗಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ತಿರೋದು. ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. That's what happens there, because your commodity prices will increase. If the commodity prices will increase, if you want to consume the same, means onions or else the same puri, number of puris, okay, you have to pay more price, isn't it or not? If you are paying the more price, ಈಗ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮನೆಯಿಂದ ದುಡ್ಡು ಕಳಿಸ್ತಾರಲ್ವಾ, okay, for your father, will the salary spending more? What happens? What happens there? Your savings will be reduced, isn't it or not? Okay, what happens? Why do you save? Why do you save? Why do you save money? Okay, future ge ಹೆಂಗ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀಯ? ಸೇವ್ ಮಾಡೋದನ್ನ ಮನೇಲಿ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡಿರ್ತೀವಿ. ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಸೇ, okay, your grandfather has saved lot of money, okay, a trunk full of money, okay, in 1947. Let's say he forgot to give you, that was saved in 1947, okay, he forgot to transfer the things. Let's say you found it now, ಎಲ್ಲೋ ಸಿಕ್ಬಿಡ್ತು ನಿನ್ಗೆ ಅಟ್ಟದಲ್ಲಿ. Okay, ಐದು ಪೂಜೆ ದಿನ ಸಿಗ್ತಾರಪ್ಪ. You open. Okay, let's say collectively 10 rupees, everything. Okay, everything you collectively. Let's say it is 5,000 rupee. What? How much? 5,000 or 10,000 rupee. Will you be happy? No, why not? Even though he has saved money for this many years, 75 years save agidiyala. So what to do? You invest. Isn't it? That's why we save. Okay, saving and putting in your locker, that doesn't make any difference there. Putting in your savings bank account will help the bank, not you. Okay, so you want to invest, right? That's why you save, isn't it? If your savings is less, what happens to your investment? It reduces. Okay, if you are not investing on what? You basically invest on what? Shares, market, okay, debentures, isn't it or not? And they'll take the money from where? From there they'll take and they'll run the business. All the business house, they'll collect the money, right? ಈಗ ನಾಳೆ IPO ಬರ್ತಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ, tomorrow you know that, right? Hyundai IPO ನಾಳೆ ನಡೀದೇನೋ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, Hyundai ಗೊತ್ತಾ? Hyundai, okay, Hyundai Motors to IPO ಇದೆ ಈಗ. Means it's not that they don't have money, they'll collect the money from the market, they don't have the obligation there. Okay, they'll reduce the liabilities, that's why. Okay, now after you don't save much, your investment will be less. If you don't invest much, then what happens? The borrowing will be less. If the borrowing is less, then what happens, man? Will they run the companies? If they don't run the companies, can they create the jobs? If they don't create the job, can they give the job? Then who will give the job, man? Israel. Okay, understood? Yeah, this is what happens. If you don't get the job, what about your income, your savings, and again the cycle? Getting? Okay, that's why. So everything related. That's what. If you go to the street vendor there, he says the rate of the onion is, let's say, 60 rupees. If you go to the petrol bunk and ask for rate, he'll tell 100 rupees. Does it mean that I have to buy it for only 60 rupee and 100 rupee? No, this is for per volume. Here the volume is what? Kg. Here it is. Yeah, what do you mean by rate here? Yeah, speed is not about saying for half an hour, or else not for 5 hours, not for 2 hours, for every 1 hour. Understood? For every 1 hour. That's called what? Speed. Let's say somebody traveled 200 kilometers in 5 hours. Can I say his speed is 200 kilometers? No. His speed is how much? His speed is how much? 40. The meaning of speed itself is per hour. Understood? Speed is what? 40 kilometers. Means he is traveling at a rate of every hour 40. Understood? Now, 5 kilometer per hour if you are traveling, to travel 30 kilometers, what is the time taken? How many hours? 6 hours. What is the relationship, madam? This distance, this is the speed. Can I call this as time? So time is equal to what and what? Distance by speed. Okay, in the previous concept, we called what? Time is equal to what? Work by efficiency. Efficiency ne illi enanta karita idivi? Speed. Okay, work is nothing but what? Distance. Time is one such dimension which cannot be altered anywhere on the planet Earth. Okay, to change the dimension of time, what do you have to do? Let's say time travel 300 kilometers. If you travel at a rate of 100 kilometers per hour, how many hours it will take? 3 hours. If you travel at 150 kilometers per hour, if you travel at 300 kilometers per hour, 600 kilometers per hour, 1200 kilometers per hour, 1/4, come on, 15 minutes, isn't it? If you keep on increasing the speed, what is happening? Time is reduced. If you keep on increasing the speed, okay, the time is reduced, and can it become zero? Can it become zero? I have attained certain speed, madam. Okay, speed, any speed you can attain. Okay, much of the speed you can attain, but can you make this time zero? Why not? Let's say theoretically, if you keep on increasing the speed, at some point time has to become zero, right? Reduce under zero barbekalvanrappa. Okay, let's say zero. What does this means? Theoretically, what does it mean? Huh? He'll be in the loop. Means the starting point and the ending point will be what? Same. Alle irtanalva avanu, starting point and ending point will be what? Same in that case. Let's say you still increase the speed. You attained a zero time. but still you increasing the speed. Yenagutte? The time has to become what here? Negative? Yeah, this is what relative speed. Understood? This is where your watch and my watch will show the different times. Okay. Apart from that, my 1 hour also will be your 1 hour. Isn't it? Understood? Okay. Don't worry about all these large concepts and all. This is what many of them are trying to do now. Because after some 200, 300 years, Earth, you cannot habitat in the Earth there. So what happens? Where to go? Mars. Let's say you send to Mars. It will take another some 50 years to go from here to Mars. Okay. Will you go? No. 50 years journey. No, right? So what is required? Yeah, speed we can attain, but it's accuracy. You have to bend the time. You have to save the time. Isn't it? That is the whole process now. Okay. Let's see. Now, understood what about rate? So the whole concept of time, distance, speed is nothing but what? Time, work and efficiency. So you write it under the same concept of time and work only. No difference. He can ask the question in terms of time and work or else time, speed and distance. And specifically you will get the questions on trains. Trains question. Yakappa trains question? Because we will consider the length of the train also. Apart from the trains, any other vehicle's length will ignore. But train can be kilometer length, isn't it? Yeah, that's why. Trains question and also relative speed. What do you mean by relative speed? It's a natural physical phenomena. Everyday life will observe, right? Metro hogtirtadalva. You see, I am walking here. Why you can able to see me walking here? Because you are at rest. Okay. With your reference point, I am moving. Your pupils are observing my distance, right? Okay. Yeah, that's what. If you are also moving with the same speed as me, okay, along with me, can you able to see my speed there? No. It becomes what? 0. Okay. That's what the relative speed. Daily noಡ್ತಿರಲ್ವಾ ಇದನ್ನೇ questions ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. Okay, and also he'll ask the questions specifically from boats and streams. Yeah, boats to streams. See, let's say this is up and down. Nam Chandra layout tara. Okay, let's say you are riding a two-wheeler, madam. You know how to ride two-wheeler? Scooty. Okay, learn. You have to learn all those. Okay, riding, driving, everything. Okay, ನಿಮಗೆ ಬರುತ್ತೇನ್ರಿ? Okay, ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೋದಾ? ಅಪ್ಪಲ್ಲಿ ಓಡ್ಸಕ್ಕೆ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ತಾನೆ? ಡೌನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುತ್ತಾ? Okay. Now, same thing if I apply in the same concept if I apply in terms of boats and streams. Boats and streams. Okay. Now, the stream, will it flow from this position, this direction? Okay, down to up. Yardar ಊರಲ್ಲಿ ಹರಿತದೇನ್ರಪ್ಪ? Okay, no, right? That's the only difference between this. Because when two bodies are moving in opposite direction, speed will get added up. They will cross each other in a faster rate, right? You question answer madade beda. Okay, I'm not giving you any numbers here. You just answer the physical phenomena you have observed. Okay, when you are going in a bus, if another bus is coming in opposite parallelly, okay, will they cross each other in a faster rate? Yes, madam. If two bodies are moving in the same direction, okay, this will take lot of time to overtake this one, right? Isn't it? They are subtracts, isn't it? But in the case of boats and streams, the stream will be flowing in this direction. If the boat wants to move in the opposite direction to stream, will the speed increases? No. Whatever is happening in opposite direction here, that will get subtracted. That is the only difference in the relative speed and boats and streams. ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆಯಾ ಮರೇ theory? Okay. Okay. Boats and streams, you're right. And also, we'll do the questions on races. There are two types of races. One is a linear one, another one is a circular one. Okay, both this kind of races will be done. Theme number 3. ಏನು ಹಿಂಗೆ ಬರೆದ್ರೆ what do you mean by percent? What if I write like this? Parts means per 1000. Okay, ಹೀಗೆ ಬರೆದ್ರೆ ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ 10,000 ಅವು ಇವು ಅಂತ ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಡಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಏನು ಇಲ್ಲ, ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಬರ್ತೆ. Yeah, we'll be doing parts per 100. Parts per 100. Let's say you got the result. Okay, that one subject test. You went to the home and told your parents that you got 80%. They also understood 80% andre. Okay, what is their understanding? 80% ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಏನು ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರು? Exam was conducted for 100 and you got 80. That's what the meaning here, right? You tell in terms of 80 by 100 or else 80%, that's one and the same. Agree, madam? Okay, let's say for 200 marks you have scored 80 marks. ಈಗಲೂ 80% ಅಂತೀರಾ? ಓಕೆ, ಹಿಂಗೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತೀರಾ. ಓಕೆ, ಮಾರ್ಕ್ ಕಾರ್ಡ್ ತಿದ್ದಿರ ನೀವೆಲ್ಲ. 80 by 200. Yeah, what is your percentage? 40%. Okay. See, your parents will say that, do not say me for 200, you tell me for 100. So, for 200 if your score is equal to 80, for 100 it becomes how much? 40. Now you can tell this one in what? Percentage. So, percentage is all about not comparing it with 200, not even comparing it with 50. Let's say for 50 if you are getting 20, what is your percentage? 20%? Illa, ಎಷ್ಟು percent? Yeah, you have to compare it with 100. Okay, 50 you make it 100, this becomes what? 40. Understood? You cannot compare it with 50, you cannot even compare it with 200. You have to compare it with what? Okay, so the comparison can be written in the form of A is to B or else ಹೀಗೂ ಬರೀಬಹುದು ತಾನೆ, ಎಲ್ಲ ಒಂದೇ comparison. So when you comparing anything E to 100, it becomes what? Percentage. ಬರ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, comparison to 100. This basic thing will apply everywhere. Why the percentage is important thing? Why we use this percentage? ಈಗ 133 ಕೋಟಿ ಅಂತ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಡ್ತು ನಾಳೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಇನ್ ಅ ಪಾಪ್ಯುಲೇಷನ್ ಸೆನ್ಸಸ್ we don't consider all this 133 crore 0.456. we'll consider what? The previous population as 100%. now this has become 121%. okay, childre palre ಎಲ್ಲ ಎಣಿಸ್ತಾ ಇರಬೇಕಲ್ಲ. okay, that's why we consider the whole thing as what? 100%. okay, everywhere. So this becomes what percent increase? 21% increase. Okay, everywhere the data stats will be mostly in terms of percentage only. Okay, we'll consider everything as 100. That would be easy to calculate everywhere. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ 100 marks ಗೆ exam conduct ಮಾಡೋದು. or else whatever the number of marks they have conducted, we'll consider it as 100%. getting? Okay, now where we can apply this one? in topic wise ಎಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲಿ apply ಮಾಡಬಹುದು? Yeah, many questions related to percentage also will be doing. Okay, marks, population, election, anything. Okay, ಈ ಕಮಿಷನ್ ತಗೋಬೇಕು ನೀವು ಹೆಂಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ? ಈಗ ಇಷ್ಟು ಇರ್ತದಪ್ಪ, 15055.6. ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಬಿಲ್. ಓಕೆ, ನೀವು ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ನನಗೆ ನೀವು ಅನ್ಕೊಂಡು 147.354 ಕೊಡು ಅಂತೀರಾ? ಏನು ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ? ಯು ಟೆಲ್ ಇಟ್, ಯು ಡಿ ವಾಟ್ ದೇರ್. ಕಮಿಷನ್ ಇಷ್ಟು ಕೊಡಪ್ಪ ನಮಗೆ 5% 10% ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ? You happy, man? Don't worry, some percentage will come to Tirupati also there. Okay, profit and loss. Every profit and loss, okay, compared in terms of what? Percentage only. Profit percentage, loss percentage, the whole concept will be. Okay, similarly, we'll be doing discount. When do we make loss? Yes, very good. Okay, When you do the what? Trade. What do you mean by trade? Is it about growing? Huh? Change of? Exchange of goods, huh? Am I there to exchange of? Am I making profit or loss in terms of money? Process of buying and selling is called what? Trade. Okay. Iದೇನೋ ಬೆಳೆಯೋದಲ್ಲ, ಸಾಕೋದಲ್ಲ, ಏನು ಮಾಡೋದು? ತಂದು ಮಾರಬೇಕು ನೀವು. That's called what? Trade. Understood? Buying and selling. In this process of buying and selling, if buying rupees is greater than the selling, then it's called profit or loss? Loss. ನೋಡ್ರಪ್ಪ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. ಬುದ್ಧಿವಂತಿಕೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ತಾನೆ? Okay. If this is the case, then it's called profit. Okay. Understood the process here? That theory you have to understand. Okay. Shall I ask a small example here? One question kella. Okay, let's say there is one dishonest shopkeeper. You know what is dishonest? Apramani, dishonest shopkeeper. He uses 10% of less weight. Okay, additionally, he has made that calibrated 10% less, and for 100 grams, he'll give how much? 90 grams. Okay, likewise, if you are taking 1 kg, he is giving only, is he making profit? Yes, and he propagates everywhere. Okay, propagates, prachara madtane, propagates everywhere that he is selling all his goods at the cost price only. Means whatever the price at which he has bought, at the same price he is selling. Okay, at the same price, but he is using what? 10% less weight. So he is making profit, right? Okay, what percent profit? 10% profit, sure. Houda? I'll ask you the same thing in a different way. Listen, madam. ಈ ಕೈ ಸಾಲ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾ ಊರಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ? You know, okay, the money which is given as lending the money, but in an informal way. Have you taken loan? You have to take, man. Everybody must know how to save. Save and invest, I am talking about. Okay, micro saving schemes is for everybody. Getting? Okay. Now let's say you have taken 1000 rupees. Okay, and he is charging 10%. Okay, 1000 rupees, so 10% per annum, let's say. But will he give 10,000 rupees only at the initial stage? No. Okay, he'll give how much? Have you seen this process? Money lending ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾ? Okay, ಹೇಗೆ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ madam? Okay, he'll take the 10% in advance only, right? He'll give you only 900. But at the end of the year, you have to pay him back how much? 1000 rupees. Okay, so initially you have taken how much money? What is the money you have got in your hand there? 900. But at the end, you have paid how much interest for that? 100 rupees, right? So, as he claiming 10%, is it 10% interest he is charging? 20. These two are theoretically they are one and the same. Think about this one. Is it 10% or more than 10%, less than 10%, you tell me? More than 10%, how? Superficial ಹೇಳಿ. I'm not asking you the accurate answers. I want you to understand the theoretical part there. You have taken 900 rupees, right? For 900 rupees, as he is claiming 10%, what is 10% of 900? How much? Dudda lady, 90 rupees, isn't it? But have you paid 90 rupees? No, you have paid 100 rupees. Okay, which is more than 10%, right? Okay, similarly also the trader who is doing a dishonest thing there, avanu adanne ಮಾಡ್ತಿರೋದಲ್ಲ, it's not 10%, it's more than 10%. Got it? Okay, so these things, understood? ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತೇನ್ರಪ್ಪ? ಓಕೆ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ಕೇಳಲ್ಲ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ನೋಡಿ. 3 ಜನ ಹೋಟ್ಲಿಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. 3 people go to the hotel. Okay, some of you might have heard this one. 3 people go to the hotel. Okay, everybody puts 10 rupee. How much totally? 30 rupees. And the bill was rupees 25. Okay, and see, they have 10, 10, 10, hence they have to give 30 rupees. Okay, if 30 rupees is given, he is giving a change of how much? 5 rupees. Can they distribute equally 5 rupees? No, 1.33 something recurring will give. That's why they'll take back 1 rupee. Okay, change was 5 rupee. They'll distribute 1 rupee. What was the remaining money? Remaining money is 2 rupee. And they'll tip this money. Tips kottidare. Okay, let's say you 3 people have gone to the hotel, 10 rupees, 30 rupees, and the bill amount was 25 rupees. Hence, he gave back the change of 5 rupee. Okay, and each of them distributed 1 rupee. Took back 1 rupee. Okay, 2 rupees itu tips kotru. You have put 10 rupee, madam, and you took back 1 rupee. So, what is your actual investment? 9 rupee, and yours is 9 rupee, and yours is 9 rupee. So, totally how much you have put there? 27, right? And what was the tips given there? 2 rupees. So, totally it becomes how much? How much? 29. You know, rupayalli. Yeah. You understood this thing? Okay. You tell me now. 1 rupayalli. ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಕಣ. Why? Okay. Did you understood what he said? Okay, reverse addition anta helda. Okay, you understood this, or else generically try to answer. Yeah, agree. Good. ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಬಕ್ರಾ ಮಾಡಿದೀಗ. Okay. Okay, you go and think here today. You will get the answer. So, when you are sitting in that particular room from 2:30 to 4:30, 2 things has to work at the highest stage. Okay, anyway, you will be completing the syllabus. Okay, you have read everything, but the delivering thing. Okay, you have done all sort of practices. Yorker, bouncer, ella adidiralla. You adiradne agtana avanu bandu. No, right? Okay, all sort of balls will be. So, the thing is, the presence of mind and your common sense has to work at the highest stage. Only those things required to answer this question. Don't worry, okay, go home and think about this one. Answer me tomorrow. See, tappar Srimanana, I want you to make mistakes. More than the correct thing, you will do lot of mistakes to do. Okay? ಆಯ್ತು, ನಿಧಾನ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡಿ. ಇದು ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಆದರೂ ಹೇಳಿ. So, profit and loss, discounts based questions. Understood how the questions will be? Most of the cases, you have to put the reasoning. What do you do normally? Okay, many of the students' mistake is they'll just take the numbers. Okay, divide adre divide, add adre add. Okay, hing ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. Don't do that. Similarly, the percentage will be continued in SI and CI. What do you mean by SI, CI? Simple interest and compound interest. Interest ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಯಾವತ್ತಾರ ದುಡ್ಡು? No? Okay, ತಗೋಬೇಕು, ಸಾಲ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. Okay, then it is again continued in installments. Installmental sala madadalla, ತೀರ್ಸೋದು. Installments. The questions on installments. Next is average. The concept of average. What do you mean by average? Let's say for 60 marks in 3 subjects, you scored 50 each. Okay, what is your average? What is your average? It's 50 only. Comparing to the given absolute value itself is the average. But in the percentage, we have to compare. We have to make this as what? 100 only. But here, ಏನidiyalla ಅದಕ್ಕೆ compare ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. Getting average. Okay, averages can be marks, weight, height, kilometers, anything average. Understood? Now, let's say next time you scored 2 marks more than the previous marks. What is your average now? 52. Okay. Now, if each number is added with 2, 2, 2, 2, the average whatever the earlier was also gets added by what? 2. This is what the property of average says. Okay, you'll get the questions on properties of average. Okay. Similarly, 4 or 5 ಇದು 5 4 or 5 ರಪ್ಪ. Okay. Ratio and proportion. What do you mean by ratio? Comparison of two or more quantities of same units. Units anta helidre type, kind, magnitudes. Okay, madam. Now A and B have the money 20 rupees and 40 rupees. What is the ratio of their money? 1:2 or 1/2. Similarly, two other people C and D have their money in the way 80 rupees and 160 rupees. What is the ratio? 1:2. So can I say A by B is equal to C by D? Whatever the ratio of A and B, same ratio of C and D. This ratio and this ratio is equal, right? Okay, which is called what? Proportion. Comparison of two or more quantities is called ratio. Comparison of two or more ratios is called, understood? Okay, take down ratio, proportions. Illu ashte questions, examples can be anything there. Okay, ibru weight, ibru marks, ibru height. Okay, one person gone, another person coming in, the ratio changes. So this ratio is continued in ages also, particularly ages questions, and also ages will come in average also, right, madam? Okay, if everybody's age increases by 1 year, your age increases by 1 year. If your age increases by 1 year, everybody's age increases by, yakange? That's what the property, right? Okay, time is same for everyone, isn't it? Okay, if everybody is added with 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, next year if I calculate the average age of the whole class, that will be 1 year, isn't it? Now similarly, let's say you and your brother, okay, has an age gap of 5 years today. Let's say your age is 21 years, your brother is 26 years. Okay, after 3 years your age gap will be, why? Again the time added will be same only. So added and subtracted time will be always what? Same for each and everybody. So the age ratio may change, but the sum has to be same. Understood? Let's say two people are of the age 3:4. Okay, after adding 5 years to each, the ratio becomes 5:6. 5:6. Can you find their age? Two people are there, their ratio of age is 3:4. After 5 years, when you see, the ratio becomes 5:6. Find their present age. Two numbers are there, which is in the ratio 3:4. If you add 5, 5 to each of the number, the ratio becomes 5:6. Very simple. Come on. Calculation butaki. Sumne yochne madi. (30-40). Is it 30-40? If this is 30-40, 35 and 45, will they be in the ratio 5:6, 35-45? Ilva? Nodi, yange yochne madu. Good. I'll appreciate if you make mistakes. Don't sit idle. That is the biggest mistake. ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ಗೆಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ರೆ ಅಲ್ಲೊಂದು ಇಲ್ಲೊಂದು ಯಾವುದಾದ್ರು ಒಂದು 10, 50 ಏನಾದ್ರು ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ. 3:4 ಇರೋಂಥ ರೇಷಿಯೋ. ಎಸ್ ಮೇಡಮ್, ಈಗ ನೀನು ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ದಲ್ಲ ಅದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಅರ್ಧ ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋ. ಆಗಲ್ವಾ? ಇನ್ನೊಂದು 5 ಸೇರಿಸ್ಕೋ. ಆಗುತ್ತಾ? ಆಗುತ್ತಾ ಮೇಡಮ್? ಒಂದು ಹೇಳಿದಂಗೆ. Is it, madam? Okay, look here now. How many parts changed from here to here? 4 to 6 is 2 parts. 3 to 5 is also 2 parts. So can I say this 2 parts is of the result of 5? Yes sir, madam. If 2 parts is 5, 4 parts has to be. If 2 parts 5 adre, 4 parts estaagbodu. 10. This is 10, right? Okay, if this is 10, this has to be how much there? If 2 parts is 5, we'll make a unitary method. Okay, 2 chocolate ಗೆ 5 ರೂಪಾಯಿ. ಒಂದಕ್ಕೆ ಎಷ್ಟು? 2 chocolate ಗೆ 5 ರೂಪಾಯಿ. 1 part is 2.5. So 3 parts are how much? 7.5. okay, and 4 is 10, okay. If you add 5 to the 7.5, it becomes what? 12.5. If you add 5 to 10, it becomes what? 15. Okay, 12.5 ಮತ್ತೆ 15 ಯಾವ ರೇಷಿಯೋದಲ್ಲಿ ಇದೆ? 2.5 ಇಂದ ಹೋಗುತ್ತಾ? 2.5 into how many times? 5 times. This is 6 times. So what is our percentage? 7.5 and 10. Okay, 7.5 means how many years, how many months? 7 years, 5 months, 6 months or 5 months? Decimal. What do you mean by decimal? What do you mean by deci? Deci means compared with 10. Okay, centi means 100. Milli means what is it? 1000. Okay, milligram means what? 1000 divided into how many? Sorry, 1 kg divided into how many? 1000. Understood? Okay, milliliter means 1 liter divided into how many parts? 1000 parts. Okay. Now we'll do lot many questions like this. That's why we'll get the question on ages. Ages, if I say 2 people of ratio 3:4 after 5 years, andre after 5 years andre yaryar ಹೆಚ್ಚಿಗೆ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ 5 years? Who will gain 5 years? Okay, no need to mention for each and everybody. Okay, one of the student after 3 years age becomes, means everybody's age also increases by what? Same 3 years. Similarly, the same kind of questions will get in mixtures and allegation. Mixture, ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದೀರಾ mixture ಅಂತ? Okay, good. ಹೇಳ್ರಪ್ಪ, ನೀವು ಹೇಳ್ರ ಹುಡುಗರು, ಬೇಕ್ರಿಲಿ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಅಲ್ವೇನೋ? ಓಕೆ, ಮಿಕ್ಸ್ಚರ್ ಕೊಡಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮಿಕ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿರೋದು ಕೊಡ್ತಾರಾ? ಹೂ ಕಣೋ, ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಒಂದೇ ಯಾ, isn't it or not? Okay, to get that end product, he has to mix different variables in a different proportion, different ratio, right? Understood, madam? Or chemistry lab ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡೋದು ಅದನ್ನೇ, ನೀವು ಪಿಪೇಟಿಂಗೋ ಏನೋ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರ್ತಿರಲ್ಲ ಈಗ ಬ್ಯೂರೇಟಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು. Okay, titration, isn't it? You will mix in a different ratio, right? Or else you find that ratio of mixing, ಯಾವ ರೇಷಿಯೋದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಿಕ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಕಲರ್ ಚೇಂಜ್ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. That's what. That's why we'll do the mixtures in the ratio only. Okay, ಹಾಲ್ ನೀರು ಎಷ್ಟು ಮಿಕ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ನೀರಿಗೆ ಹಾಲು ಎಷ್ಟು ಮಿಕ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. Okay, ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಕೊಡ್ತಾನೆ questions. We'll do. And the process of doing all those questions, okay, we'll use a technique called allegation. Allegation in concept alla, it's a technique of solving the questions when 2 or more variables are mixed. Okay, ಹೆಂಗ್ ಆಚೆ ತೆಗೆಯೋದು, ಎಷ್ಟು ಮಿಕ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ. Okay, similarly ಬರ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರಾ, ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಾ? Okay, the ratio, what else? Okay, next ratios, age based questions. Yeah, partnership. Business partnership. Yeah, why do anybody enter into a partnership? Yeah, shares of what, madam? Capital, as well as at the end they'll share the profit also. Okay, yeah, ratio there also of capital. If their capital is in the ratio 2:3, they should get the profit also in the ratio what? Always capital ratio and profit ratio will be same. Okay, same. But there is one more variable. Okay, there is one more thing we'll consider here. Capital and also time. They might have invested for a different time. You know, 2 years ಮಾಡಿರಬಹುದು. He might have invested for only 1 year. In that case, we cannot divide the profit based on only capital. We have to take time also into consideration. Capital into time is equal to what? Profit. ಇಷ್ಟು ಗೊತ್ತಿದ್ರೆ ಸಾಕು. Understood? These are the theories. Number can change. I can n number of ways change the numbers there. But theory, ನೀವು ಎಷ್ಟೇ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಇದೇ ಇರೋದು. Next is heard of this? ಏನಪ್ಪ ಹಂಗಂದ್ರೆ ಅಳತೆ ಮಾಡೋದು, ಮೆಜರ್ಮೆಂಟ್, ಏನೇ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಅಷ್ಟೇ. ಓಕೆ, ಮೆಜರ್ಮೆಂಟ್. ಹೌ ಡು ಯು ಮೆಜರ್ ದ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್? ಇನ್ 2D ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆರ್ ಎಲ್ಸ್, isn't it? Okay, ಅಳತೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಹಾಕ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ 2D, right? Okay, or else If you want to build this one, agla udda height ella keludantane, yeah, 3D form. Okay, give me one 2D figure. Rectangle. Okay, madam. Higirutta rectangle, 2 dimension. What are the 2 dimension you see? Very good. This is length, this is breadth. If I multiply length and breadth, I'll get what? Area. Okay, what do you mean by area? Whatever the place which is surrounded by its boundary, enclosed by the boundary, is called what? Area. Right, madam? Okay. Now, this side and this side, are they parallel? This side and this side, are they parallel? And also, are they equal? So, when opposite sides are parallel and equal, can I call this as what? Parallelogram. Basically, it's a parallelogram. Okay, subclassification we call it as a rectangle anta. Okay, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಹೇಳಿ ಯಾವ್ದಾದ್ರು parallelogram? Square. Okay, you know another one? Rhombus. Very good. Okay, understood? We study all those things. Whenever there is a parallelogram, how to find the area? You just do the base into height. Okay, base into height. What we call this base as? If this is length, this also will be length. Okay, this is height. Height and the B and the career y, x, ಏನಂದ್ರೆ ಹೆಸರಿಡ್ರು. Okay, always a parallelogram is what? Base into height. Give me one 3D. Cube, cuboid. Okay. So, this is a cuboid. Is it a 3D figure? What are 3Ds you see? More D ಹೇಳಿ. Can I call this length? And this as height. Okay. Are these 2 sides parallel? Are they equal also? Yes. Are these 2 sides parallel and equal? Are these 2 sides parallel and equal? So, when 2 sides are parallel and equal, can I call this as parallelogram? Parallelogram is always what? Base into height ಆಗಿರಬೇಕು. Okay. Base itself occupies the area here, right? So, base ಏನಂತ ಕರೀಲಿ? ಇದು breadth, ಇದು length ಆದರೆ ಇದು length into breadth ತಾನೇ ಇದು. So, base will be what? Length into breadth. And the height I have called it as what? So, can I call it as length into breadth into height? Yes, sir. Okay. What is this shape called? Cylinder. Can I call this as h height? This as radius r. Okay. Are these 2 parallel to each other and equal? Are these 2 parallel? Parallel tane ee lines kodo nimge. Okay. These 2 are parallel. So, can I call this as a parallelogram? Parallelogram is always what? Base into height. Base is in what shape? What is the area of circle? Pi r square. Okay, it's a parallelogram, hence base into height. Base is pi r square. Height I have called it as h. So, what it becomes? Pi r square h, which is nothing but the space it occupies is called what? Volume. Don't worry, we'll do all this thing in detail. Okay, sumne ತೋರಿಸ್ತಿದ್ದೀನಿ ನಿಮಗೆ. Volume, right? What are the, is it a 3 dimension figure? What are the 3 dimension there? See? Pi r and h. ಹೆದರ್ಕೋಬೇಡಿ ಹ್ಯುಮ್ಯಾನಿಟಿ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್, ಡೋಂಟ್ ವರಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಸೂಪರ್ಫಿಷಿಯಲಿ ಅಷ್ಟೇನೆ, ನಿಧಾನಕ್ಕೆ ಮಾಡೋಣ. ಹೇಳಪ್ಪ, ಹೇಳು ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಏನು ಹೇಳಿದಲ್ಲೋ? ಯಾ, ಓಕೆ, ಆರ್ and h, 2r and h. ಓಕೆ, pi, is it a dimension? No, why? ಏನು ಹಂಗಂದ್ರೆ ಡೈಮೆನ್ಷನ್ಗೂ ಕಾನ್ಸ್ಟೆಂಟ್ಗೂ ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್? Doesn't change. Can the r change there? If I put the pressure, r change agutta, agla agutta, radius. If I stretch it, can height change? Okay. Can the pi change? No, why not? Let's say, okay, this is the pi. What do you mean by pi? Pi is always, this is a circle of circumference, okay, and this is the radius. Always if the circumference is 22, radius has to be 7. Okay. The ratio of 22 and 7, that's all called as what? Pi. Okay. Pi is always a what? Ratio of circumference to the, yeah, it's not the radius, radii by 2. Okay, diameter anta ankala. Understood? So, circumference, can I call it as pi d? Hige bariboda? Yeah. Okay. Circumference of a circle is what? 2 pi r. Can I call this as 2r? This will be pi. Understood? Okay. So, always circumference to the diameter of a circle will be in the ratio 22:7. If I make this one as 44, this becomes what? 14. If I make this as 220, this becomes 70. What is the ratio of 220 and 70? Okay, the ratio remains same. Okay, it won't change. Okay, you ತಗೊಂಡೋಗಿ ಎಲ್ಲೇ gravity change ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಅದೇನಾಗಲ್ಲ. Getting? What is this pipe? So this is what we do in mensuration. Okay, 2D and 3D. So take a break now. Afterwards, reasoning topics. Okay, so how many themes there? 6 themes. ಇದನ್ನೇ ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ಪುಸ್ತಕದಲ್ಲಿ, okay, they will drag into different topics, okay, and they will make a book. Voice is breaking. ನಿಮಗೆಲ್ಲ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಿತ್ತು ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ? Okay. Take a break. How many minutes of break you need? ಎಷ್ಟು ಕೊಡ್ತಿದ್ರು? half an hour break ಇತ್ತಾ? ನೀವು ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋದಲ್ಲ ಕಂಡ್ರು. What was the ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಇದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆ ಏನಿರ್ತಿತ್ತು? ಆಯ್ತಪ್ಪ, ಒಂದು 15-20 minutes ಬನ್ನಿ 8:05. See, the second section from which we can expect question is reasoning. The topics of reasoning, come on, help me some. Yeah, blood relationship questions. We get different type of blood relationship questions like coded blood relationship questions. Under A plus B means A is father of B. Okay, A minus B means A is mother of B. So how is A plus B minus C plus D is related? So similarly here also puzzles kind of question. Okay, in a family 5 people are there. Okay, 3 brothers, 1 mother, 1 father, no grandmother, only 1 grandfather. Okay, so A is brother of B, something like this. And also pointing towards questions. Pointing a man, okay, a woman says he is the brother of, okay, son of, daughter of, father-in-laws of, something like this. This sort kind of. Next is directions and distance. See, we cannot categorize here only reasoning because when it comes to the distance, il numerical bande varutala, quant. So there is no exact classification between the quant topics and the reasoning. Here also we require the quants. Distance illu bartade. Okay. What kind of triangle? Right angle triangle. Okay. Right angle triangle. So how to find the shortest distance between A to C? Pythagoras, remember? Okay. So the questions will be in Pythagoras most of the time. Shortest distance question. Athwa displacement based questions you will be getting. Calendars. If today is Monday, after 71 days, what day? If today is Monday, if and today is Monday, after 71 days, what day? Sunday? Hege. Give me the reasoning. Tuesday, why, madam? Divide by 7. For every 7 day, you will be falling on the same day, right? Okay, 7, 7, 7. If I add, will I get 70? I'm doing the multiple here, right? Okay, so 70 when you 71 when you divide by 7, what is the remainder? 1. This 1 add madabakaste. Remainder concept. So here also, not only reasoning, we require a quant here. Okay, okay, question kelida. What is after 10 days if today is Monday? This was the question. Okay, we'll do all those things, don't worry. Next is clock. Okay, clock. Seating arrangements. This is also kind of puzzle, okay, and also puzzles. Seating, 3 types of seating will be there. One is sitting in a straight line, sitting in a square table, rectangular table, sitting in a circle. Okay, sitting outside, sitting inwards. A is third to the left of B, B is fourth to the left of C. These are questions. Puzzle. In a car, 3 people are there. Okay, 2 are male, 1 is female. Okay, they have to go to from point A to point B. In a car, 1 male and 1 female has to be there. These kind of questions. And one important thing is, see, I'll consider the permutation, combination and probability. This has the reasoning only rather than quant topic. I'll consider much of the reasoning only. With reasoning, easily you can solve. Very minimum quant required here. Calculation wise, very minimum. Permutation, combination and the probability cases. Another one, ranking and order. Alpha numericals, coding, decoding, Some are figural questions. Okay. Count the number of triangles here. Sixteen. ತೋರಿಸ್ತೀರಾ 16? ಆರಾಮಾಗಿ ಮಾಡಿ. ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ, ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ಮೇಡಮ್? ಹೇಳಿ ಗೊತ್ತಿದ್ರೆ ಹೇಳಿ. 15 days back you solved and you got it. Okay, it's a 10 number of triangles here. Yeah, how many triangles are there here? In this one, upper part. How many smaller are there? 4. That's nothing but n into n plus 1 by 2. Okay, L is what? Smaller triangles. Okay, 4. 4 into 4 plus 1 by 2 is how much? How many? So 10 triangles if you can count. Here same thing, 1 and 2. How many triangles will be there? 2. There n haki. N into n plus 1 by 2 is how much? Why not? 3. Yeah, totally how many? 13. 13. Okay, 13. Is it 13? Mate? Higond madboda? Another here also. Understood? Embedded figures. Okay, yeah. So totally 15 madam, not 16, 15. So formula ne ella alla. Okay, you have to put the logic also there. Okay, don't worry. Take down. Understood, right? There are detail of madana. Yeah, I guess that's it. So topics. Okay, so we can expect questions, any number of questions. We cannot expect how many questions can be asked from the puzzles, how many questions from permutation probability, because idune tumsitbudida 2023 paper. Okay, almost 13 questions. 11 to 13 questions. Okay, permutation, who knows there. So always do not depend on topic. Always have to go through what? Syllabus. Okay, syllabus, complete the syllabus. Ade challenging and also revising and keeping all this in mind and going and delivering in that 2 hours with negative. That is what this whole competition is. Getting? That is why difficulty. Okay, complete the syllabus here. We don't know, any number of questions can be asked in any of the topic. Okay, ella variant class al maadsitti. Next is to the English part. It's called comprehension. What do you mean by comprehension? Reading comprehension. Yen rapakide comprehension andre enu? What do you mean by comprehension? Yeah, understanding. Now, if I ask you a question, okay, I asked a question of 3 people. Anybody got the answer there? He got the answer. That was right. Okay, yeah, helappa. So in that 27 rupees only, the 2 rupees tips is there. They are the one who is giving the tips, right? Okay, ನಾನು ನಿಮಗೆ ರಿವರ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ಡರ್ ಹೇಳಿದೆ. Okay, ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಬಕ್ರಾ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು ನಾನು ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಅದು. Understood? Now this is what comprehension. You are understanding the things. It's not understanding the things after an hour or else after somebody gives you an answer or else a key answer. That's a real time understanding. Okay, real time means at that point of time able to understand. Now if you are able to understand, who will check your understanding there? You have to answer the question, right? Sir, anything there? Is it an open-ended one? Okay, it's closed-ended because he only gives you the option. Among the given options, you have to pick the right one. You have to pick the most appropriate one. Okay, now if I understand the passage completely, can I answer any of this? Yes, sir. Let's say you understood the whole passage, but you didn't understand the question itself. Question artha agilla nimge. Can you able to answer now? All right. Okay. So all three are very important here. Sometimes you might understand the passage, you don't understand the question, but still you will take a. Okay. Then highest level of UPSC kind of exam, out of 10, twice try. Okay, ಆಗ್ಬೋದೇನೋಪ್ಪ. Okay, ಇದರ ಪಾಸ್ ಆಗಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. You might get it some marks, but you can't qualify here. So understanding the passage, understanding the given requirement as well as the given options, then you can answer here accurately. The whole exam prelims is all about accuracy maintaining, leaving the questions. Okay, attending less number of questions. KPSC ಆಯ್ತು ಗೊತ್ತಾ ಈಗ? The one who left many questions have qualified. The one who have done more questions are in the negative side more. Okay, they already have qualified, but they dragged themselves down through the negatives, lot many negatives. Okay, hange agadu sumaru janake. So accuracy you maintain, you keep this in mind, accuracy while doing the mock also. In every week test, weekly test ಮಾಡ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ, ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಗುಂಡಾಗ್ತಾ ಕೂತ್ಕೋಬೇಡಿ, ಹೋದ್ರೆ ನಮ್ದೇನು ಅಂತ. Okay, maintain the accuracy. Those questions which you know, then only you answer, or else what to do? You have to learn one thing out of. Okay, yeah, important, isn't it? ಈಗ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ? You read a question, you read the whole passage, you read the question, okay, but you are not able to understand the options given here. What do you do normally? ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ ಮೇಡಮ್? 99% I'll tell you, without the experience, if you go, you'll go for an answer there. You don't have a skill of leaving the question there. ಗ್ಯಾಮ್ಲಿಂಗ್ ಆಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ? ಎನಿಬಡಿ ಗ್ಯಾಮ್ಲಿಂಗ್ ಆಡಿರ್ತೀರಾ ಅಲ್ವೇನ್ರೋ? ಆಡೇ ಇಲ್ವ? ಇಲ್ಲೂ ಬೆಡ್ಸೆ ಕಟ್ಟಿಲ್ವಾ ನೀವು? ಓಕೆ, ಕಟ್ಟಿರ್ತೀರಾ, ದುಡ್ಡು ಕಳೆದಿರ್ತೀರಾ, isn't it? ಕಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಅಲ್ವೇನಪ್ಪ? ಓಕೆ, ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ ಇನ್ ಗ್ಯಾಮ್ಲಿಂಗ್? ಒಂದು ಗ್ಯಾಮ್ಲಿಂಗ್ ಮಾಡಬಾರ್ದು, ದಟ್ಸ್ ಅ ಬೇಸಿಕ್ ಥಿಂಗ್. ಹೋಗಿದ್ದೀರಾ, ಹೋದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡೋದು? ಯುವರ್ ಅರ್ಜ್ ಟು ಗ್ಯಾಂಬಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಕಂಟ್ರೋಲ್ಡ್. ಓಕೆ, you'll always feel that you'll win, right? Yeah, that is the feeling you'll get in the exam. Always you'll feel that you are right while marking an answer. Okay, or else you'll think definitely this is going to be right. Okay, ನೀವು ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಲ್ಲ ಹಂಗಾಗಿ ಅಂತ. So okay, it won't work in that way. This is what you have to learn in your mock stages. Okay, hundreds of mock ತಗತಿರಲ್ಲ, ಅವು ಗೊತ್ತಾಗ್ತದೆ what has to be left out, why it has to be left out, why you take a chance of marking the least favorable answer there. That's what. So questions here plays a very important role. Now the question includes these keyword. If I say assumption, okay, what is the valid assumption can be made from the above passage? Everything has to be from the above passage. You might have lot many information more than this passage, but you have to answer in the context of what? ನಾನು ಕೇಳಿರಿದ್ರೆ ಹೇಳ್ರಪ್ಪ ಅಂತ ಅವನು. ಓಕೆ, ಅದಕ್ಕಿಂತ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಗೊತ್ತಿರ್ಬೋದು ನಿಮಗೆ, ಬಟ್ ಫ್ರಮ್ ದ ಅಬೋವ್ ಪ್ಯಾಸೇಜ್ ವಿಲ್ ಆಸ್ಕ್ ಯು. ಇಫ್ ಯು ಡೋಂಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ದ ಕಂಟೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಹಿಯರ್, ಇಫ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಥಿಂಕಿಂಗ್ ಔಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಕಂಟೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್, ತುಂಬ ಓದ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗಿರ್ತೀರಲ್ಲ, ಅದೇ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಮು. ಓಕೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಓಕೆ, ಅಸಂಪ್ಷನ್ ವಿಲ್ ಆಸ್ಕ್ ಯು. ವಾಟ್ ಯು ಮೀನ್ ಬೈ ಅನ್ ಅಸಂಪ್ಷನ್ ದೇರ್? ಎನಿಬಡಿ? ಅನದರ್ ಕೀವರ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಆಸ್ಕ್ ಯು. ಔಟ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ವರ್ಡ್ ಇನ್ಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಕೇಳಿರ್ತೀರಲ್ವಾ? Is there any difference between these two? Come on, some basic difference at least. Or else he'll ask you to do this one, corollary, implies ant keltare, implication. Are these two words same, implies and implication? For all this he uses the adjectives also here: crucial, critical, valid, crux, most important, something like this. Is there a difference between these two? Crucial, critical, ingela enaru andre? Or else he might have used the same words everywhere. Is there a difference? You guys tired? Quality ಇಂಡ ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರಾ? ಹೇಳ್ರಪ್ಪ ಮತ್ತೆ. Crucial, critical, something. Yeah, doctor, what do you mean by critical? Why do you name it as ICU? ICU means what? Crucial unit. Critical. Why? Yeah, intensive critical unit. Okay. Yeah. Why it's called critical unit? Very serious. Means when should be attended? Tomorrow? Day after tomorrow? Critically means at that point of time, real time ali ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು? Okay, he'll suggest you. Crucial means that's important, but not at that point of time. Okay, if he is talking about something geographically or else climate, that has to be crucial. You cannot do it in a over time, isn't it? If it is safety something, it's very important, critical. Okay, so it has to be done in an immediate way. Critical endangered species means what? You have to take care of them after a year. Loss has to be made after 2 years. Then what? Immediate effect priority. Getting? Okay, that's what the differences are there. Similarly, there are differences between all these keywords there. If you don't understand these keywords, ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ? Generic, okay, whatever you have read in the newspaper, likewise you will read the newspaper, okay, and you will try to answer this one. Okay, 2 or 3 anybody can do. But is it accurate? No. Okay, hangage 10 lakh to 15,000 it will be reduced to. Getting? Okay, that's why. So, these things where will you learn? Where? Reading comprehension? ಅದೇ ಕಣಪ್ಪ, ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಕಲಿಯೋದು ಹೋಗ್ಲಿ? ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಲ್ಲ. ಈಗ ನಾನು ಮ್ಯಾಚ್ ಆಡೋದು ಒಂದಿನ ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಬೇಕಲ್ಲ ನನಗೆ, ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾಚ್. ವಾಟ್? ಎಡಿಟೋರಿಯಲ್ ಮಾತ್ರ ಅಲ್ಲ, ವಾಟ್ ಎವರ್ ಯು ರೀಡ್ in every day, if you don't comprehend, you are wasting time. You are just moving forward, but one or the other way you are leaving the things, okay, in a gray areas. If you go with the gray areas, okay, either it has to be white or black there, examally you must know things or else you must leave things. If you are in lot of confusion, okay, you cannot qualify the exam there. Getting? Okay, ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗ್ತಿದೆಯಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳ್ತಿದ್ದೀನಿ? That's what you have to work on, the accuracy. That is your real time job every day. The fastest way to qualify this exam is to go very slow. Okay, if you leave anything related to that, you won't understand in your future there. And also, after the syllabus becomes bulky, okay, you'll forget what you have left behind. Okay, once you complete the whole process here, class ali tumba bulky agutte syllabus, not many books you will be covering. Okay, if you leave them, means if you have not attended one class, okay, half an hour you haven't attentive in the class, okay, whatever the things concept we discuss here, that same question might be asked in the exam there. Ready? Okay, hangagi. So, at most important thing is honesty, which is coming into the class first and focusing here, because you will be having 6 hours of class minimum. How many of you have taken the optionals? Okay, now, okay, I want you to rethink if you can't able to balance all these 9 hours of class, because anyway you will be having 2 GS, okay, or else 1 GS, 1 CSAT hinge irutte. Along with that, if you take yourself an optional, that's a 9 hours of class, right? Okay, when is the last time you have attended 9 hours of class attentively? Never in your life. Okay, so is it able to do? Can you deliver that? That's a extra burden. Okay, that's why keep contained first. Whatever the things which you can do, do it. Okay, everybody ಮಾಡಕ್ಕಾದ್ರೂ ಮಾಡಪ್ಪ ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ತಿರೋದು. Okay, if you can do, you do, or else ಯಾರೋ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಡಿ. Okay, you work to your ability first, or else you increase your ability step by step. Okay, I'm being too practical with you guys. I want you to be in loop of competitive exam here. You are already, you see, you have an academic mindset, I know, you have a strong academic mindset, but here it doesn't work. This is a different, need lot of, get used to it. Okay, ನೀವೆಲ್ಲ ತುಂಬ ಜನ 90%, 100% ಅವರೆಲ್ಲ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ ಇಲ್ಲಿ academics ಅಲ್ಲಿ, ಬಟ್ ಕಾಂಪಿಟೇಟಿವ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಬೇಗ ಸ್ವಿಚ್ ಆದರೆ ನೀವು ಅನುಕೂಲ, ಲಾಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಬಿ ಸೇವ್ಡ್. ಸೊ ದಟ್ಸ್ ವಾಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ಸ್. ದ ಹೋಲ್ ಪ್ರಾಸೆಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡಿಂಗ್ ದಿ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ನೀವು ಎಷ್ಟು ಓದಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಅಂತ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೀರಾ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಕಲ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಾ. ಓಕೆ, ಹೌ ಮಚ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಲರ್ನ್ಡ್ ದಿ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್. ಗೆಟಿಂಗ್? ಓಕೆ ಗೈಸ್, ಸೊ ದ ಹೋಲ್ ಪ್ರಾಸೆಸ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಡೀಲಿಂಗ್ ವಿತ್ ದಿಸ್. Okay, comprehension, reasoning, as well as the quant part. Okay, now, so I'll be taking some 50 classes, because syllabus is extensive. Okay, ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಹೆಡ್ಸ್ ಅಪ್ ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ, you have to be ready for what ಅಂತ. Okay, 3 hours of class and we'll be dealing with all these questions, each and every topic. Okay, some of the big topic will be having some 50, 60, 70 questions also, maybe all the variants, and also some of the age based questions. If you take some 15 to 20 questions, okay, finished. The same variants you will get. 90% of the time you will get this similar kind of questions. The word used is what here? If. Okay, same question anta helididre na irtide. Okay, do not expect me to be God, or else I'll tell always one thing: if you are trainable, I can train you. Getting? Okay. So this has to be from both the ends. You have to work hard. Okay, work hard. There is no other way. Bere yavade dari illa illi. If you don't know, you put more effort. Take the help of anyone, including me. Okay, make use of the things which you are getting in a manner. Getting? Okay, you must know how to use them. Do not creep afterwards. Okay, pass agodre iga ನಾವು ಮಾಡಿದ effort fail ಆದರೆ ಮೇಸ್ಟ್ರ effort ಅಂತ. Okay, don't do that. We listen a lot of those things. That's why, especially in maths, those who face difficulty, what to do? You have to put more effort effectively. Okay, if you again walk away, there is no other way. Okay, and also at one point of time you can't come back also. ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಾ? Okay, ಪಾಲಿಟಿ ಓದಿದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಮ್ಯಾಥ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ, ಪಾಲಿಟಿ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು. ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತೇನಪ್ಪ? ನೀವು ಕನ್ನಡ ಲಿಟ್ರೇಚರ್ ಓದಿದ್ರೆ CSAT ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ. CSAT ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು? CSAT ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಓಕೆ, ನನಗೆ ಯಾವ್ದು ಈಸಿ ಅಂತ ಈಸಿ ರೂಟಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗೋದಲ್ಲ, ನಾನು ಎಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಕು. ಓಕೆ, ಅದೇನಾದರೂ ಕಷ್ಟ ಆಗಲಿ. ಗೆಟಿಂಗ್? ಓಕೆ, ಹಿ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟುಡ್. ವೆರಿ ಗುಡ್ ಮ್ಯಾನ್. Okay, don't worry, I'll make you at least learn, okay, Kannada, so many words. Is it okay? Okay, guys. Now, okay, what's the time now? ಏನು ವಾಚ್ ಸರಿಯಾಗಿ ನಡೀತಿಲ್ಲ ನಮ್ದು ಇವತ್ತು. ಆಗೋಯ್ತಾ? ಓಕೆ, ಫಸ್ಟ್ ದಿನ ನಿಮ್ನೇನು ಗೋಳಿ ಕೊಡಲ್ಲ ನಾನು. ಓಕೆ, ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದಿ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾಸ್ ಟು ಬಿ ಇಂಟ್ರಾಕ್ಟಿವ್ ಗೈಸ್. ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಒಂಥರ ಸಪ್ಪೆ ಮುಖ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು, ಓಕೆ, ಶಕ್ತಿನೇ ಇಲ್ದಂಗೆ. ಈಗ ಅಲ್ಲೊಬ್ಬ ಬರ್ತಾನೆ, ಈಗ ಅವನು ಒಂದು 5-6 ವರ್ಷದಿಂದ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಓಡಾಡ್ತಾವನೆ, ಅವನ ಹೆಸರೇ ಜಿಗುಪ್ಸೆ ಅಂತ. ಅವನ ತರ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ಬೇಡಿ. ಓಕೆ, ಐ ಡೋಂಟ್ ನೋ ಮ್ಯಾನ್ ವಾಟ್ ಟು ಇಂಗ್ಲೀಷಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ಲೇಟ್. ಏನ್ರ ಅಂತಾರೆ ಜಿಗುಪ್ಸೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ? ನೀವು ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರ, ಗೊತ್ತಿರೋರ ತರ ಯೋಚನೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಾ. ಓಕೆ ಗೈಸ್, tomorrow starting the topic. Okay, be prepared, come to the class. Do not miss any of the class. Okay, every class will be continuation. ಮುಖ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಓಕೆ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಅನಿಸ್ಬೇಕು.